Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Fire Emblem 4, Genealogy of the Holy War. I'm just looking through our new cast of characters now. We just started Generation 2. The characters we have currently are Lana, the priest, Seliph, the new lord of this part of the story, Ulster is, I guess, a Myrmidon, Dermot is a sword knight, Lester is a bow knight, Oife is our paladin. He was like a child in the Generation 1 cast. Now he's like an adult. He even grew a mustache just so we know that he's a grown-up now. Larce is another Myrmidon, and that's basically everyone that we have right now. Although I'm pretty sure we're on the way to start recruiting new characters. Also, it looks like all we have available right now are a bunch of yellow units, and I don't really know where we're going or what we're doing. I guess we should be heading in this direction, because there are ruffians trying to destroy these villages. So let's start moving west and see what happens. I'm guessing a cutscene is about to trigger, and then we'll probably have the opportunity to do something else after that happens, I guess. Or the conditions on the battlefield will change after the cutscene is played. Dermot. Lana. I think we have everyone here too. I don't think we left anyone behind. Sell it. Hello, Green Harden. Welcome to the stream. One of your new favorite Fire Emblem YouTubers playing your favorite Fire Emblem game. That's great to hear. A long time ago, people said that if I stream this game, they would watch me play it, but that was back when I had like 100 subs and nobody watched it. I've been slowly playing this game over the last like year, and we just now finally got to the point where like people actually show up and watch the streams, so that's always nice. Oh, I know what happened. I forgot to capture the castle. Oh my god, I'm such a fool. Hold on a second. Look, this castle still has a red flag on it. I forgot to capture the enemy castle. Hold on a second. We're gonna have to reset. I have to capture this castle. That was just a complete foolish mistake on my part. But yeah, over the course of time as I've been playing this game, I went from having like 100 subs to having now I just reached 3,000 subs. So, pretty cool. Alright, so let's actually capture the enemy castle. Now, I couldn't see it because Oife was in the way. He was blocking the flag. So I started moving all of my units, assuming that something was going to happen. By the gods, I've never seen such ruin. It's as if Ganeshire never even existed. Been a while, hasn't it, Seliph? Oh, Lewin, pardon me, Your Majesty, King Lewin of Celeste. Oh, you know what? We watched this cutscene at the end of the last stream. Just Lewin, Seliph, like I've always been. Celeste is just another Imperial conquest now. That's all it's been since the mess in Valhalla. Yeah, I actually watched this cutscene at the end of the last stream. I'm guessing what happened is that when I restart the chapter, it sends me back to before I watched the cutscene. That's why we're having to watch it again. You're really enjoying my Awakening content. It's got you to start playing Lunatic for the first time in years and realizing that more than 2 units are usable. Yeah, I really am glad to see the perceptions on Awakening finally starting to change, because the game has been very underestimated for a long time. Even for people who enjoyed the game, it's kind of just had this reputation as not really being that deep. It's like, you know, or only popular among people who aren't really that good at Fire Emblem, but the game actually has a lot of depth to it. Alright, anyway, I'm gonna speed through this because we did watch this cutscene already at the end of the last stream. Shannon. Yes, Julia. I remember Julia. So yeah, we got introduced to Julia at the end of the last stream. So he's gonna leave Julia with us, and then we have to go and rescue Shannon. Hello, Some Oaks viewing account. Welcome to the stream. You looks like you had a crown. Hello, how are you doing today? So this is Julia. Oh, no, that's, this is Julia. I know it's hard for you without Lewin here, but I promise you'll be alright. Until Lewin returns, I swear I'll let no harm come to you. I know I've still yet much to learn, and as yet I'm not all that strong. But one day, someday, I know I'll be strong enough to protect us all. Someday I'll have the strength to defend all of the world's people from the Empire's wrath. Someday I'll be strong, as my father once was. Okay, this is Julia. And then now we're going to get another cutscene. I don't remember if we watched... Yeah, I don't think we watched the enemy face cutscenes yet. So that's what we're going to do now. I meant to do this at the start, but I just messed everything up. She's a priestess, and she has no staves. That's kind of a problem, isn't it? I think I have like a talk command to give her a staff. Yeah, we watched this already too. Because she gets a staff from this. Amend staff. Okay. Let's see if we have any other talk conversations. We can actually check that from the menu. Go into status. No. Go into unit. Yes. Okay, so we have no other talk commands. So now we can just skip to the enemy phase cutscenes, which I don't think we watched any of the enemy phase cutscenes yet. So we can do some good story advancement, some cringe voice acting from me, and then we can get back into the gameplay. I'm going to start moving my units west because I'm pretty sure that's the direction we need to go in. The interesting thing about this game is it actually makes you end turn instead of automatically ending. Okay, here we go. Oh wow, that's really far away. Oh, that's not what I expected. The rebels have taken over Ganashire. Gah! Harold, you moron. What in the blazes are my sons doing? Somebody tell them to take the rebels down! Now! Here comes some mounted axe units. Back to FE4, let's go, says Duke Nuka-Cola. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're gonna slowly make our way through this. We've been playing this game for like, I'm pretty sure more than a year already we've been playing this game. Dad's ordering us to attack, huh? Isn't Larcey in that army? Damn, what do I do? How can I fight her? We're to strike Ganashire, are we? My, father's got quite the temper. But I could never lay so much as a finger on Larcey, even if she is among my foes. Ah, what a dilemma standing before me. I think this is what people were talking about last time, where you can have Larcey recruit one of these characters, but not both of them. Oh, these axe dudes are already on the move. Alright, well I already planned to go west, so let's just go west. Ooh, who's this? How are you doing today, Duke Nuka-Cola? How do you like your crown? Phew, sorry, Manya. I know a load like this isn't easy on you. Ha, Manya, is that really what you call your Pegasus? Oh, pipe down, Arthur. I don't care if we're nearly there, 'cause I'll still just dump you if you don't shut it. Right, sorry about that. Say, Femina, I don't have too far to go. If you want, I can just walk from here. Where are you off to, anyway? Oh, just Ulster. Ulster? Geez, you're dumber than I thought. Ulster's way south of here. There's an entire sea in the way, for crying out loud. I don't know what you're thinking, but you haven't got a hope in heck of walking the rest of the way there. It's fine. I'm hardly in a hurry. So, why do you need to go to Ulster? Oh, see, I've got a sister I haven't seen in years who might be there. She and my mom were taken away when I was just a kid. I was sort of left alone in some far corner of Celeste. I just heard a rumor, but at this point, even a rumor's enough if it means I might find her. Huh, really? You know, I know just what that's like. My big brother's been missing for ages. Did you get separated from him as well? Oh no, nothing that bad. We've always lived together in Celeste, but a while back he ran off to try and find our dad. Your father, huh? Yeah, he's been missing for years. Mom spent the rest of her life waiting for him to come back, but he never did. What happened to her? She's dead. From illness. Oh, sorry about that. I shouldn't have brought it up. It's okay. I mean, you've already brought up lots of things that you shouldn't have. Heh, kidding. You're not actually that bad. Thanks. And thanks for giving me a chance and letting me come along. No problem. So, was the sister thing real? Is that actually why you're traveling? Yeah, it's real. But what about you? What's your deal? Actually, I kinda want to join that Isakian rebel army. When I was little, Mom told me stories about the paladin Sigurd and his brave allies, and those have always meant a lot to me. Lately, I've been hearing about how Sigurd's son, somewhere in Isak, raising a revolution. And it all just sort of clicked, you know? I know that's where I need to be, so I just ran right out of home to try and find him. Wow, that's pretty great of you. You know, I think I'll help you out here for a while. It's the least I can do for you putting up with me. Okay, partners it is then. Good luck out there, partner. Heh, upbeat as ever, aren't you? Just got partner zoned. Alright, let's take a look at these new units. This should be fun. This is Femina. I'm guessing... Huh, interesting. Berserk Edge enrages foe. It's a weapon for trolling the enemy, I guess. It looks like we have a lance and a... Yeah, a lance. 2 lances. I think that's a lance, right? No, that's a sword. Berserk Edge. So we have a C-rank lance and a C-rank sword. That's useful. The sword is actually pretty heavy, though. Duke Nuka, you're doing good. You like the crown? That's good to hear. Everyone's got a missing relative. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, that's true. A little bit of a common story element here. Looks like she has a talk, or he or she, I'm pretty sure this is a woman. Pretty sure she has a talk conversation with Seliph. There's also a button that we can press. Yes, to see, okay, so we don't have any Holy Blood. We do have a skill, we have Adept, which is really useful. You can double attack. You have to have Adept in this game to double attack. You can't double attack without it. And then this is Arthur, who has a Valkyria staff, which I think means that his father is Claude, if I'm not mistaken, because I'm pretty sure Claude was holding this. And then he has the Holy Blood of Bragi, which, who knows, maybe that's Claude or not, I have no idea. And he's a mage with fire and wind, and we have Wrath, which means his mother should be the Wrath-using magician, whose name I have no idea what it is. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it's been a while since we played the game, but I believe these ruffians will only attack the villages. They're focused on attacking the villages, so they will not attack our characters, even if we're standing right next to them. Although I guess if I berserk him, he might attack me. Well, I can take 2 attacks here, so I'm going to berserk him. Then even if he hits me twice, I'll still survive. Plus, I want to see what happens. Okay, so I dodged his attack anyway. Now he's berserked. So now that he's berserked, I wonder if he's going to keep attacking the village or if he's going to attack me. I'm not sure. I should also move Arthur within range so that maybe we can activate the condition for Berserk if we get hit really hard. Or sorry, not Berserk, for Wrath. If we get hit really hard, maybe that can activate our Wrath condition. We're making Seliph the second best Fire Emblem Lord with this one. Everyone's got a missing relative. Who is the best? If Seliph's the second best, who's the best? My favorite at this point is probably definitely Chrom. Definitely Chrom. I have a very strong Awakening bias at this point. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just the way that things go now. It's just the way that things are now. Alright, let's, Are these guys gonna attack me? I probably should have checked that before I started moving towards them. Let's move Oife over here. Ulster. Dermot. What about these guys? Are these guys gonna attack me? They have so much movement in this game. The maps are huge, but the characters also have a lot of movement, even the infantry ones. You like Leaf a lot. I haven't played FE5. I don't know if I'm going to play it. I mentioned this before during a previous stream, but I just feel like it has a lot of things that I don't think will be very fun for me. And I don't, like, for fans of Fire Emblem 5 to just, like, watch me play the game and not enjoy the experience, I don't think that would be a very great stream. So, I don't know. And for SC, your favorite is Roy. You can't tell me promotion at the last 3 chapters of the game is not a stroke of genius on gameplay and storytelling integration. I'm doing a rebalance for, well, not a rebalance, but I would say a quality patch for Fire Emblem 6. I don't want to change the balance of the game or change any of the fundamentals, but I'm looking for ways to change, like, the mechanics and the UI to be more friendly and a little bit more playable. We'll see how it goes. If it turns out pretty decent, I might just release the patch for other people to play. Otherwise, it's just going to be for my own personal use. Okay, we're getting attacked from both sides. This is not good. I need to find these guys that I can recruit quickly. I did not think they were both going to start moving and start attacking me on both flanks immediately. Fire Emblem 6 is where Fire Emblem is the most unit feel it has ever been. I mean, it's true that the characters in that game have very distinct like identities and very distinct feelings, but the problem is that for like 90% of them, their unit identity is just like being trash. Like the game just has a lot of bad units. Okay, so the Berserk guy won't attack me, but he also won't destroy the village. That's really interesting. That's kind of cool. Alright, can we take him out? Yes, we can. I'm gonna do so, because I can do so. And it allows me to keep, what's her name, Femina? Yeah, it allows me to keep Femina moving. One thing that is certain about Roy is that he is our boy. Roy is our boy. I actually used that as a stream title a long time ago. Roy is our boy. I guess it's just like a classic meme. Oh my god, we're gonna get overwhelmed here. I mean, we can start moving everyone to the north, right? That's doable. We could also... gosh. Can Oife just, like, tank through all of these guys? I need to check that. What does return do? If I hit return, what happens? I'm not gonna press it because I don't know what it does. They hit me for 10 damage each. I have 40 HP, so I can actually only take 3 attacks. That's not a lot. That is not a lot. Means I need to move Oife, like, here. Before I do that, can I take out... Well, I don't want to waste the experience from this guy if I can get it onto another character. I also need to get, like, Lana and the others away now because they're about to get swarmed. I can use Seliph for this, maybe. It's a body block if the Isak cavalry are going to overrun my other characters. Alright, Julia, run away. Let's see how far they can actually reach. Okay, they can't reach Julia, which means this guy won't be able to reach Lana if she moves to the same position. Correct? Incorrect, because these stupid roads... honestly, the roads are my least favorite thing about this game. It's a horrible game mechanic. Let's have the characters move a different amount of movement based on tiles that like don't give you any information about what they actually do. I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, forests slowing you down is pretty intuitive, but the roads giving you extra movement and not being able to not being able to really count or visualize how much extra movement you're getting just makes the entire game like a chore. You think Fire Emblem 6 is one of those games that really designed its roster under the presumption of permadeath? Oh yeah, for sure. Gonzalez is the best axe unit in the whole series. Gonzalez is pretty cool, I do like him. Hey Snow Warning, welcome to the stream. You really enjoyed today's video. You hope there's going to be enough support for a video about the second generation and minor characters. I mean, I'm definitely going to do a video about the second generation no matter what happens, but it's always nice to get feedback because that lets me know how much people want it. And if people really want something, I'm inclined to make it sooner. So that's like the main reason why I like getting feedback, because it helps me know, like, you know, what should we prioritize. These Steel Axe guys are pretty scary, honestly. There should be a guy in here that I can recruit. Joe Halvier. You know what I realized though? I wasn't thinking about which character recruits him. Who is it again? It's Larcey, right? Pretty sure it's Larcey. Okay, so we need to not stand in his range and accidentally kill him on enemy phase. So let's kill this guy with somebody who can move out of the way. We'll have Lester attack first, and then he can move. Hold on. How far do these guys reach? I'm not sure because their movement's gonna change when I move out of the way. Alright, let's just start with this. I think we got pursued onto like most or all of our characters, which is kind of cool. Okay, we can move out of the way now. We can see how far this guy can move. Okay, so this guy cannot reach this tile here, but unfortunately the guy that I kind of want to recruit actually can reach this tile, and I don't want to accidentally kill him. And I don't know, like, if I put Larcey there, will he attack Larcey or will he recruit himself? I'm not sure. We cannot get the kill here. If we miss, we also die. So that's not a great plan. I could finish him off with Oife. I don't necessarily want to do that. I wanted to leave Wei Fei within range of these guys. Like here. Alright, I don't want Dermot to die, so I'm just gonna run away. I'll have Ulster attack here. I actually don't one-shot him. God, these characters are so weak. Okay, what about Larcey? She one-shots. I'm just gonna use her. The only thing is, I feel like she's gonna kill that guy who I'm supposed to recruit. Instead of recruiting him, he's gonna run up and attack her, and then she's just gonna kill him. Either that or she's gonna get killed by getting attacked by 4 enemies. We'll see what happens. These tiles tell you their effect on movement. No they don't. I don't see anything that tells you their effect on movement. Unless I'm completely blind, I don't see anything. It just... there's no information. It just gives, like, -10, I guess, defense or evasion. I'm not even sure which one. We can probably bait a guy into attacking up here. Attack Ulster. Let's see. You do think Gonzalez is a little bit underrated? Overrated. He's grown on you during your last playthrough of Fire Emblem 6. I don't think he's rated that highly. Really, I just like him as a unit and a character. Everyone loves percentage modifiers that you have to calculate in your head. Every 3 road tiles gives +1 movement. I don't know. I just don't like having to keep track of that. When you make the Fire Emblem 6 hack, can you combine both routes? Well, I know that the split was made to encourage replayability. Sometimes you want to experience the whole game without playing it twice. That's an interesting idea. It will mean that the player is going to have a lot more experience and a lot more resources, which could definitely change the balance of the game, but it is an interesting idea. Actually, one idea I had was combining the route split in Fire Emblem 7 and Fire Emblem 8 into one game. That's one thing that I really want to do at some point, but the thing is, so many people are already making Fire Emblem 8 hacks that, like, for me to make one doesn't really have that much value. You've played it 10 times already, so you just want to see what changes I make without having to replay the entire game. So I'm probably not going to change the units, I'm just going to change core game mechanics. Like, the main thing is that I'm making it so that you unlock the support conversations by standing next to somebody for just 3 turns instead of 40 turns. So it just makes, like, the support conversations easier to unlock, but it doesn't change anything about how the game is played, or even the unit balance. Every last citizen of Izak believes in and trusts Lord Seliph. We owe his family dearly for how his father, long ago, rescued and helped raise our Prince Shannon. 4,500 gold. Not bad. Oh, I thought you could move after visiting a village. I guess not. Well, whatever. Alright, let's see how this goes. I feel very bad about this enemy phase. What's so bad about defending yourself on a road? You thought the movement was about, you thought the percentage was about movement rather than defense. Yeah, no, it doesn't tell you the movement. You just have to know. The shield icon is misleading. It actually influences the unit's avoid rate. That's what I thought too. Yeah, I thought it was avoid. You didn't think roads are bad for avoiding enemies? For some reason, they give a -10 penalty. For some inexplicable reason. Alright, Larcey needs to dodge some attacks, which I think she's pretty good at. And she might be able to shred through these guys. Nope, okay. Well, that body blocks the space in front of her, which is kind of a good thing. Because now we can convert this guy over to our side without killing him accidentally. Nice try. I just feel like... Does anyone else feel like my units are incredibly weak compared to the enemy quality right now? I feel like we're getting overrun, like, really fast, with a lot of strong enemies. And I don't understand what I could be doing differently. Like, these guys right here, like, how would you ever deal with these enemies? There's so many of them. And even Wei Fei is, like, not strong enough to fight them. I mean, not, like, 10 of them. Like, he could fight 1 of them. He can't fight 10 of them. I feel like maybe I'm just going crazy, or am I right here? Like, is the enemy quality here insanely high? I guess I could advance more slowly. I could have hung back one turn. But if I did that, I feel like I'm leaving the villages to get destroyed. Although I have 2 characters over there who can rescue the villages, so maybe that's what I was supposed to do. How do you win on this map? I'm not sure, Snow Warning. We're gonna either find out or we're gonna lose. 3 turns is too fast, make it 15 turns. No, thank you. If you want to make a hack, you can make your own hack. The whole point for me is it's meant to be way more convenient than how it currently works. Now I'm a little bit scared because another axe fighter might be able to run up and attack me. I didn't really count how many tiles of movement the guy behind him had, but if the road also gives him enough movement, okay, it didn't. So one interesting thing about these enemies is that they don't seem to move their full movement range every turn. They just kind of like move a little bit, but not like to their full movement. So maybe if I want to sandbag a little bit, I have the freedom to sandbag. I'm not sure. The game wants you to feel weak because Sigurd was too much of a Giga Chad. I guess so. I mean, I definitely feel very weak right now. Let's see what the big deal is about this game that everyone wants to remaster about. Hey Atlas, welcome to the stream. I mean, the game's pretty good. It definitely has some problems, especially relating to like how old and outdated it is. Like, I can definitely feel some issues. The maps are massive and they take a very long time to play, and I don't particularly love that. Like, look how huge this map is. We started over here. We've gone all the way through all of this. We fought countless battles. We fought through all of this. We liberated this castle. We liberated this village. Now we still have... We're not even halfway done. We still have all of this to fight our way through. It's, like, insane. And, like, your characters don't move that far. Like, not enough for maps that are this big. Just make the maps normal-sized, and that would fix, like, the majority of my complaints with this game. Duke Nuka, you're not a fan of the movement patterns in this game. Snow Warning, you have to capture all of the castles with Seliph. You like the idea that enemies can advance more cautiously instead of either standing still or just rushing to attack. Yeah, that's true. Do I want to feel old? Try playing Shin Megami Tensei 1. Those dungeon crawling literally makes you crawl with this encounter rate. I've actually played Shin Megami Tensei 1 before. I've played a lot of first-person dungeon crawlers. It's one of my favorite genres. You think what people like about this game is the story and to some extent the mechanics. You personally think the level design has problems? Yeah, that's pretty much how I'd sum it up. I think the story is good. The mechanics are, like, you know, pretty decent. But yeah, there's just problems with just like the interface of the game itself, like how it's actually played. It has some issues. Can I just dodge tank through everything here? I mean, not super reliably, but I can try. I'm gonna talk to this guy. See what happens. Larce, heh, I guess you finally realized you want to see me, am I right? Look, Jahalvier, I know you try to act like you're cool, tough, and uncaring, but I know that you're not all that bad. I mean, you made a point of keeping your hands off the innocent all along. I guess I'd rather avoid fighting you if I can. Yeah, I guess. Pushing people around never really sat right with me, you know? Not like my brothers. And I'm getting real sick of Lopterian Order running the show here. All around Isak, they've been stealing kids, and so I hear killing them as sacrifices. Dad doesn't even so much as ask him nicely to stop. I've had it with them. Larce, my men and I want to join your army. Just say the word and we're yours, yeah? What? Are you serious? Jahalvier, this is... Thanks so much. I guess I was wrong to doubt you for all these years. I'm sorry. Look, I'm no saint. The way I see it, at least now I can atone for everything I've done. Listen up, man. We're with the Liberation Army now. We're fighting in the name of love and justice. Sick. Got some green units on my side now. Some nice disposable green units we can throw into these cavaliers. What manner of nonsense is this? Alas, for Jahalvier has turned his cloak for the rebels. That is some epic Shakespearean dialogue. Hold on, I want to deliver that one again. What manner of nonsense is this? Alas, for Jahalvier has turned his cloak for the rebels. Oh, how his claim to Larce pierces my heart. Men, turn your blades on love's foul traitor. Like that's the kind of stuff about this game that I like. I like that. I don't necessarily like having to walk 50 tiles across a map in order to get the dialogue. But I like the dialogue. All right, let's see about... Oh gosh, we're gonna be in trouble here because I don't know if we can get Julia to safety. All right, well, Lester can take a shot here. Yes, this is fine. That's gonna free up our left flank a little bit. Maybe Julia can get out of harm's way now. Oh, don't wait there. We can also do this. This might be able to help us with body blocking. Although if Lester gets attacked a bunch of times, that's going to cause a huge problem. We just have to do what we have to do, I guess. I'm a little worried about Jehovah as well. I don't know if they're going to attack my units or if they're going to attack Jehovah. Well, what does he have anyway? He has Steel Axe and a Paragon Band. He starts with a cost. I don't remember what a cost does specifically. Is it one of the percentage-based skills, or is it one of the is it a skill that's guaranteed? And then what does it actually do? I feel like even if I run away, I'm not going to be able to get away. Let's move Julia up. Okay, so let's move Seliph up here. Julia here. We can mend. Horse Johnson, welcome to the stream. It's just percentage based. Thank you very much. It's complicated. It's percentage based. Okay, so if I remember correctly, so now that you guys said it's percentage based, I think I know what it does. So I think it might be skill. I don't know what the exact percentage is, but either way, it's like a % chance for the combat to continue for an additional round. So like Jehovah would attack the enemy, they would attack him back, and then if it triggers, he attacks them, but then they also get another attack. It's not like doubling the enemy, it just like makes you continue fighting. By the way, this game doesn't have any vulneraries, does it? I kind of just realized that. Okay, I think Oife can go here, attack this guy, get rid of him. That puts even less pressure on the characters that I'm trying to keep alive at the top of the map. Then he can go here to help with body blocking, and then Lana can go here and heal him back up so that he doesn't hopefully get killed immediately. Except the whole 3-turn support, what other changes am I going to make? So people have made a lot of suggestions. I'm going to go through them at one point. I'm probably going to make a video about all the suggestions that I got, and then which ones I'm choosing to implement. So I don't really have everything. I don't have all my notes in front of me right now. Is there anything off the top of my head? Aside from the support conversations, I mean, honestly, I'm in like a Fire Emblem 4 headspace right now. I just don't have that information on the top of my head. I'm sorry, but I'll explain it at a better time when I'm more ready to explain that information. And then Dermot just kind of needs to get out of here, because if he gets hit by anything, he's going to die. I can actually move him over here, interestingly enough, but I think it's better to move him to the top. I'm going to move him up here. Alright, let's see what happens. I'm pretty scared that my units are going to get overrun, but we'll see if the enemies might have weird behavior, like they might be programmed to attack Jehovah, in which case they're not going to attack my other units, so that could be nice. Yeah, Green Harden is explaining how a cost works. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I understand how it works. I don't play this game every week, so I have to refresh myself on the mechanics. But based on my understanding of it, once I knew that it's one of the percentage-based skills, I was pretty sure I knew which one it was. Alright, let's see what the enemies choose to do. I'm very interested to see. Very curious to see that. Okay, so the Safara units are just kind of like being weird. They're just kind of spreading out, which is bad because they're literally pulling apart the defensive wall that I just built. But maybe they'll build another wall, I'm not sure. They're also killing some enemies, which means they're going to be leeching some of my experience, but not a lot. Not enough that I'm going to care about it. Alright, I don't care if you guys move forward, but at least try to build some kind of wall. Alright, so what are these units going to do? That's probably not good. I don't know, they just destroyed a castle that I might care about. They're attacking the green units. Okay, they are attacking our units, so they're not going to just attack the green units. They will attack our units. The good thing is, I think Oifei's in a position where he can only get a... Well, I was going to say he can only get attacked twice, but if he kills all the enemies who attack him, then he can get attacked 4 times. Okay, he won't get attacked 4 times now, so we should be fine. Unless the boss is, like, significantly strong enough to kill Oifei. But they seem like they want to attack the green units, which is good. That is good for us. Johan really wants to kill this green unit. Take some damage in the process. Alright. What in blazes was that? Just when I thought my son can't get any more useless, he goes and forgets how to fight. Schmidt, get out there, take back my castles, now! Yes, sir. You can depend on me. Green Harden, each of my units gets 1,000 gold at the end of each chapter based on how many castles I own. So when enemies destroy a castle, I lose some gold. Other than that, it's not very important. Oh, really? That is very interesting. That is a mechanic I did not know about yet. That is very, very interesting. I always wondered what happened if the enemies destroyed the castles. So you lose... I mean, that's kind of a lot of gold. That's like... You know, if we have 10 units, that's 10,000 gold. But it's obviously not that huge of a deal. Not compared to, you know, whatever, like, the worst that could have happened would be them running up here and killing Lana or Julia. Alright, so we've got some enemies to take care of now. How do I want to do that? Seliph probably can't solo this guy. Oh god. One thing I would for sure change about this game is that I wouldn't need a calculator. Just to play it. Seliph actually one-rounds this guy. So let's just have Seliph take him out. That's the easiest thing to do. Am I going to do grinding? I do some arena, like at the beginning of each chapter, but not always. Oh, I was gonna heal him, but he's actually at full health. But like I don't sit here for like I don't sit here and grind every single unit max out in the arena, but I'll just run through the arena with like some of my units, especially the ones who are like have the capacity to clear it. I'll make sure that they clear it and get the experience. By the way, welcome to the stream, Stott. It's nice to see you here today. Duke Nuka says, you're getting Satam Robotnik vibes out of this guy with the goatee for some reason. Let's see. Danan? He is very ugly, by the way. They make the villains in this game extremely ugly. So I guess so you know who the bad guys are. Like, even this guy here, Schmidt, he's like kind of more like a Bishonen, like pretty boy vibe, but he's like an ugly version of that. Of like a Bishonen appearance. Okay, so they probably can't go around this mountain range, so we should be fine on that side. We can do the same thing up here. We can hit this guy and berserk him to stop him from attacking the village. And then seemingly, I guess he won't attack us, even though he's berserked. It just stops him from attacking the village for some reason, which is wild. I want to get this Johan kill before one of the green units gets it. Should I make the brothers kill each other, or should I make Larcey kill him? Let's make Larcey kill him. And let me make sure she can actually get the kill. She can deal 12 damage twice, so she should be able to get the kill here just exactly. No conversation. Oh, no, it is. Okay. Stay your hand, Larcey. Never could I turn my blade on you. Is he actually going to hit her back or not? Oh, you liar. He says, never could I turn my blade on you, and then he counterattacks anyway. You liar. Ah, and so I fall, even to rebels such as these. Larcey, oh Larcey, our love shall endure, even beyond the grave. How tragic. It's too sad. Too tragic. Is there any way for me to get this kill before one of the green units steals it? I don't think so. I guess we'll just give it to them. And then, Ulster has a crap load of skills, We should probably be using Ulster. Oh my god, he has like every skill. Does he have anything else? He has Holy Blood too? Yeah, we should definitely be using Ulster. As opposed to like Jehalvier, who's just like a generic axe guy. It feels way more like worth my time to train Ulster. This guy's still at full HP, I have to chip him down. Let's do so. Enemies in this game have so much HP, so much stats, it's crazy. Can Oife attack him without killing him? Or hold on a second, well, can Jehalvier attack him without killing him, and then we can give the kill to Ulster? Wow, he hits extremely hard. Oh my god. I deal 26 damage, I would actually kill. I would actually one-shot this guy. Man, okay, so Jehalvier does not have a lot going for him, but the one thing he has going for him is he hits very hard. I don't know, though, his lack of skills does not impress me. Do we have any skills? We have Pursuit, right? Yeah, we have Pursuit, and Astra, and Luna. I have to be careful, because this sword probably has a lot of weight, right? How do you tell how much weight they have? Here we go. 6 versus 5. Okay, it's actually not even that heavy. So we would have 8 speed, and the enemy has like 0 speed. So yeah, we can definitely double him with Pursuit. So we would hit him now for 13 damage times 2. That should get the kill. Nice dodge. That's probably Astro or Luna proccing. Aside from some older heroes, pretty much all of the good guys are handsome and all of the bad guys are hideous, says Horst Johnson. Okay, let's move over here. Maybe the red guy will attack Jehalvier. I can get some experience. Also, it looks like this castle turned green, so I guess we don't need to go over here. We can just immediately go south, which is nice. I'm happy about my decision to recruit Jehalvier, because it just means my units can immediately start going east. Let me see if I have any talk commands. I have Femina and Arthur both want to talk to Seliph. Okay, so let's make sure we do that at some point. And aside from that, we're pretty much good to go. Yeah, this green unit's going to steal my kill, but it's not the end of the world. It's one, I guess probably like 10 experience or something, maybe 30. By the way, I'm rewriting my entire route for Awakening Lunatic Plus Iron Man, because I realized that I was not staff abusing enough, and I had Maribel die in a chapter from exact lethal damage, and if I had just staff abused her in the previous chapter, she definitely would have leveled up either defense or HP one time. I mean, probably way more, but at the bare minimum, like even if I got insanely unlucky, she would have leveled up either defense or HP one time, and then she would have survived, which would have given me a perfect clear on the next chapter. So I'm a little salty about that one. Do this again. It seems like, I'm pretty sure even if he hits us twice, we would survive, so there's no downside to attacking him on enemy face, or player face. I could also just run away now that I've already attacked. Does she not have Pursuit? She has Adept. So Adept is like, Adept is a percentage-based one, where they will attack, it's almost like having a Brave weapon, where she'll attack the enemy twice before they get the chance to attack. But she doesn't have Pursuit, so she can't attack 4 times total. She can just get those initial 2 attacks. I'm starting to learn things. I'm starting to learn. See, like, the broad range of, like, different skills and how they all work differently and they do different things is actually pretty cool. That is, I can see how that's one of the things about this game that is very well liked and it has a lot of appeal. I just have to keep coming back to, I have to keep saying the same thing over and over again, like, it would be so much more fun if I didn't have to walk 50 tiles to get, like, look how far away the next enemies are. This is absurd. Like, I have to go this far to get to the next battle? Like, really? Like, what in the world are they thinking on this? Like, am I crazy here, or... Like, the enemies are way over here, and I'm way over here, and I don't even know which way they're going either. So for all I know, they could just start riding in the other direction, and then I have to spend another 30 turns, like, riding over to where they are. What is my team on Iron Man for Lunatic Plus? The one that I'm planning on using? Okay, so I'm gonna do Robin... based on Robin's speed at the end of chapter 3, when I get access to the second seal, if Robin's speed is very low or is below average, I have to turn them into a mage so that their speed doesn't drop by 2 points. It only drops by 1 point. And then later on, I'll pair them up with Saria. If Robin's speed is average or above average, I will turn them into a dark mage, because I can afford to allow their speed drop by 2 points as long as they're in the dark as long as it's either average or above average. And then because Robin is a dark mage, I don't need to pair up with Saria. I can pair up with Maribel instead. So either Robin Maribel or Robin Saria. And then Chrom is going to be pairing up with Sully to give better combat stats to both of them. And because later on they're both going to have access to Beast Killers, which they can use to fight Paladins in Chapter 12. Frederick, I'm thinking... so part of the reason why I'm redoing the route is because I think I need to abandon my original plan of making Sully into a Wyvern. I think I need to make Frederick into a Wyvern Lord. And if I'm going to do that, I need to choose a really good partner for Frederick. Right now, I'm currently using Sumia, and it's working very well. So I'm going to continue using Frederick Sumia as a way to just give him extra speed and a good combat class. If this works out, it should make chapters 9, 10, 11, and 12 all more consistent. So I'm really looking forward to my new plan with Wyvern, based around Wyvern Lord Frederick. Duke Nuka says they wanted to replicate the feeling and the scale of real battles, but it doesn't always make for the most fun gameplay. Yeah, that's the thing. You have to balance like realism and fun. And when you go too far down the path of realism, you're giving up, you're sacrificing fun. The fact that these guys are riding west is very concerning to me. It makes me feel like they're going to go and do something that where are they going? They're riding away from me. Rare Maribel pairing. Who is Chrom? I don't think it's that rare. I don't think Robin Maribel is that rare, but I could be wrong. I think Robin Maribel is a fantastic pairing. I think it's one of the best pairings for male Robin. Who is Chrom going to pair up with? Sully. Yeah, I'm doing Sully, because she just gives good combat stats to him, to Lucina, and then he gives good combat to her, and she just has like good combat all around too. If these guys can't ride over the mountain, I have no idea what they're doing. Where are these guys going? Can anyone explain to me what these guys are doing? They're just riding into this mountain that they, I think, can't ride over. Can they? No, they can't ride over the mountain. I have no idea what they're doing. Maybe Schmidt will go over the mountain by himself? Is that what's happening here? You've never seen those guys go west? Okay, so they're just being crazy. I'm pretty sure Arthur's not really that strong, and Femina is also not really that strong, so... Like, between these two, who would I rather feed? The answer is, like, neither of them. You've never seen those enemies go west, and you've played this game more times than you know how to count? Oh, that's crazy. You feel like going too far into realism is what is ruining modern fiction when it doesn't really need to do that. Yeah, sometimes they just take it too far. It's a big thing in tabletop gaming too, which I play a lot of tabletop gaming, and like if you just focus too much on realism, you just you kill the fun of the game for all of the players. Snow Warning says it's a fine idea, but there's rarely real-life battles with under 100 participants spread out over such a wide area. That's also true, yeah, it's actually not even really that realistic. To have like 100 people hiking like cross-country and very rarely encountering each other, like once every few days, like that's not how most battles play out anyway. I believe someone said that Generation 2 also has a marriage mechanic, but they won't create any child characters in the future, but I guess it could still be interesting to pair people up, just for story purposes. They might get paired endings too, I don't know. Are paired endings a thing in this game? Alright guys, we're doing this. This is very interesting gameplay. I should have like a second window open where I'm doing like a shiny hunt or something, like at the same time as I'm doing this, just so there's like something else going on other than my characters very slowly walking across the countryside. Oh, there are paired endings. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go try to get some pairings then. What in the world are these guys doing? Realism would either be a few dozen individuals on a small map, or large maps with 3 houses-style troops following each character. I think the Landgrisser series does a very good job of that, because it has like a small number of like quote-unquote units, but every unit has like a bunch of troops that are following them around. And the way the battles work, like you get to see like if Oi Fei like runs into this guy and attacks him, it won't just be like Oi Fei attacking this guy. It will be Oi Fei and like, you know, a dozen horse riders fighting against like a dozen barbarians. And it's actually really cool that it worked, like the way it looks and just logistically the whole concept behind it. Like it both looks and plays very well. It's very satisfying. It's very cool. It's a mechanic in that game that I'm a huge... I mean, it's not even really a mechanic, it's just like a design choice that I just love. Okay, what does Dermot have again? He has... How do I look at his skills? Okay, he has Adept, Charm, and a Cost. Not really the best combination. I'd rather focus on the characters who have like really good skills. But at the same time, I just want to get rid of this guy. Especially with mounted units who aren't going to be stuck trying to catch up to the rest of the army later. Nice. The humanization of monsters in Dungeons & Dragons has turned a fun and easy way of introducing combat into a morality and political debate in every game. Is Dermot's father Jamka? I have no idea. How do you... You can't... Like, I don't know how to check who the father is, so I don't really know. Sorry. This game doesn't have, like, an easy tag that tells you that information. God, I guess Femina has to go back and check this village. Prince Shannon is our beacon of hope for Izak's future. Once he returns with his divine blade, Balmung in hand, well, those Imperial sods won't stand a chance at all. Every last one of them will be run right out of our great land. The problem now is I can't even pay attention to the story because the gameplay is like such a slog during these sections. It's like I want to pay attention to the story, but it's like I'm just trying to rush through everything now. There is a way to check in the main castle. Ah, okay. I don't think you can enter the main castle in this chapter. We tried to do it at the start and it wouldn't let us. So unfortunately that's going to have to come later. Maybe at the start of the next chapter, if we even get there this stream. Alright, come on, let's go. I'm sorely tempted to have Oi Fei just like run forward and just do everything. So how do you see who the father is? I'm not sure. You can check the parents at castles using the augury command. You're figuring it was either Jamke based on Dermot's skills and his lack of inherited swords. Mostly due to how overplayed... Oh, sorry. Honestly, humanization of monsters and villains in general made you kind of sick of sympathetic villains, mostly due to how overplayed they are nowadays. Yeah, one thing I really hate, honestly, in like all forms of media, is whenever they just like try to make you feel sorry for the villains. It's just so boring at this point. And like villains who are just like unapologetically evil tend to be more entertaining and more funny anyway. It's just I don't know, it's played out. The thing is that if it's done really well, it can be nice in some cases, but very rarely is it actually done well. I think most writers aren't actually very good. Writing is one of the skills that is very hard to develop, extremely difficult to master, and honestly pretty difficult to teach, which just means there are just like a lot of people who don't know how to write. doing a very poor job of trying to teach other people how to write, which is a very difficult skill to even learn. And as a result, there's just like a preponderance of bad writing in all forms of media. And then it doesn't help the fact that most people don't even want to spend any of their budget on good writing, even if they could. Even if they knew what it was, they wouldn't want to spend any money on it. So it's definitely a puzzle that I don't really know how to solve. Nor is it really my responsibility. You know the Liberation Army's leader, Seliph. They say he's the rightful heir to Granvale. I bet we'd all have a much better time with him on the throne if that were true, huh? Here, take this skill ring. Go on, do your best. We're all behind you. Cool. I wish you could move after visiting villages. Feels like it's just a huge waste of time to stop and talk to them, especially in the ones where you don't know what you're going to get. Let the orcs be orcs. You don't need to wrestle with the brutality of war in your medieval fantasy. I mean, ultimately it comes down to the DM. The DM gets to choose. If the DM just wants to make a story about, you know, politics and ethics, then the DM is going to do that, no matter what the system is. And if they want to make a game that's just like... Ooh, nice crit. If they want to make a game that's just like a mindless, you know, like hack and slash, they're going to do that too. No matter what the system says. The DM gets the final say. So I don't think blaming the system really matters. Although, I mean, I'm not really going to bat for Dungeons and Dragons because I don't really care. I don't really play Dungeons and Dragons. I've mostly played homebrew style games for the majority of the time that I've been tabletop gaming. You like Junko Enoshima in Danganronpa. She's very fun, at least for you, because you like her lack of backstory. It's a good because her lack of backstory was a design choice. The secret is to have villains that are unapologetically evil, but also pitiable, like the orcs in The Lord of the Rings. Shigaraki is a well-done example of a sympathetic villain. Deku wants to save him, but Shigaraki has gone way off the deep end to want to be redeemed. Way too far off the deep end to want to be redeemed at this point. See, I don't know if I'm going to get some hate for saying this, but I really, I just got tired of Shigaraki. I felt like he overstayed his welcome by like a few hundred chapters. By the time I got to the end of My Hero Academia, I was like, all right, let's get this over with. Like, I feel like for me personally, he wasn't like good enough to be the main villain of the whole story. So I was surprised that he just continued to like, continued to be there like forever. He just never went away. But that's obviously my opinion, so it is what it is. Fair enough. Yeah, exactly. I think in general there's not really any reason to like get butthurt about other people's opinions, but at the same time, you know, I have a long history of other people getting butthurt about my opinions, so I tend to keep that in mind when speaking my opinion. I'm like, well, I'm gonna say it, but there's a good chance you're not gonna like it. And that's just how things go. I've got a bunch of guys with hand axes. In order to deal with that, I think I'm just gonna player face them. Just because I don't want to sit here and have to deal with them attacking me a million times. Boku no Hero Academia is a victim of poor pacing. You want to tell me that all of this happened in 1 year? That series is almost as bad as the Toaru franchise. Yeah, it is kind of weird. The pacing is kind of wonky. I mean, it's not only that, but it's just like the story is told at a very slow pace, but then it also happens in a very short amount of time. So it's like, it's bad on both ends. You feel the same about All for One? Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing for me, like All for One and Shigaraki. Like, it's just, the story would have been so much more interesting if they had just chosen to focus on other things, in my opinion. I actually liked the sections of the story where they were focusing on things like school and testing and the logistics that go into being a hero. And like the hero society, like the way the society worked and all the rules and the laws and things like that. Like all of that was very interesting to me. And they just, instead of like focusing on that, they just wasted their time on another like, you know, big bad villain wants to take over the whole world's plot. And the villains for me weren't even really that compelling, so But I got pretty bored of My Hero Academia, like maybe like 40% of the way through the story. I put it on hold for a very long time, and then I came back to it much later and just like finished it just to say that I had finished it. By the way, this is... So you're saying you've never seen this guy go west before? Because he is currently doing his own thing over here. He is, I guess, just playing his own game. He's not even playing the game that we're playing. We're playing Fire Emblem 4. He is just kind of doing something completely different over here. So I'm guessing he's going to destroy Sofara, and then if he starts going after my allied castle, I don't know what I'm going to do. I would have to send all of my units back to deal with him, right? Do I have like a return staff or something I can use to send one of my characters back if I need to? I mean, I don't have any choice at this point. There's nothing I can do. He chose to do that, which apparently he never does. And so I just have to, like, deal with it. What staffs do I have? I have a warp staff. Okay, so I can warp someone back to the home castle if I absolutely need to. If he goes back to my home castle and tries to destroy it, I can warp somebody back there later. It is absolutely wild that he chose to do that. Cool, I have a bunch of green units blocking my way forward. That's always fun. Dermot. You thought the characters were good, but the world building needed more time? I would say it has some good characters. I wouldn't say on a whole that all of the characters are good, but I'm just being a hater at this point, so we'll drop it. You like villains that are unsalvageable, but it's not really their fault that they fell so far. It's tragic, but without trying to make everyone redeemable. Yeah, that's like a nice middle ground. That's a nice middle ground, I suppose. As opposed to like wanting us to feel sorry for them, or feel like we need to give them a second chance, or like pity them or whatever. That's the thing that always bothers me, is just when they keep giving like a second chance. They keep giving a second chance. They keep giving a second chance. It's like, just drop it. 9 damage. I'm just gonna kill him before he can attack me. Sansang from Journey to the West. I don't know Journey to the West. Wow, she got skill +2. That means her skill growth rate must be above 100, right? Alright, what should Oifei do? Can we get rid of this guy? Wow, we've already almost used all of the charges on our Armor Slayer. Nice crit. I don't want Oifei to steal all the experience, so I'm gonna put him over here. Should I put Juhalviar forward, or is he gonna get killed? I mean, we kind of already determined he's not even that good. He doesn't have any amazing skills. I feel like skills are important. So I'm gonna focus on the characters who have good skills. In general, I don't even really like stories that are about like heroes trying to save the world, or like dramatic like stakes that are that large. I prefer smaller and more personal stakes, and you don't always have to have like not every scenario needs to be like do or die. Where like the fate of the entire galaxy or the entire multiverse is at stake. I think it's perfectly fine to just have a story that's about like a character who has a goal that they want to accomplish. Probably the best example of this is something like Haikyuu, which is fantastically written, and it's just about characters playing volleyball. But it doesn't matter. Like you don't need world-ending stakes for the story to be compelling. It's well written. The characters are very good. The pacing is good. That's all you need. You don't need to like trick people into getting invested in the story by making them think that the whole world is going to end. That's my opinion anyway. Okay, Sofara. I'm actually waiting for these green units to die so that they won't keep stealing my experience. I mean, there's nothing I can do about this guy, right? He's just gonna run around and do whatever he wants? This is crazy. This is insane, like, enemy AI behavior. Now what's happening? Oh, we have to go rescue this village, too. I think we've already missed this village. We would have to have Femina fly over here, like super fast, like unbelievably fast. Can we get there? 1, 2, like maybe we can get there before he finishes destroying it. I mean, there's no reason not to. There's no downside to at least attempting, but I don't think we can get there before he destroys that village. Excuse me. Can Lester kill this guy? Good evening, Garrett. Welcome to the stream. You've cleared Genealogy and Thracia 1 time each, so you're pretty much lurking on this one. I mean, that's more than I have. So, either way, it's nice to have you here. Hope you're doing well today. Can Larcey just dodge tank through everything again? I mean, technically these enemies are capable of hitting her. Ooh, nice. I think that's maybe Astra? Oh no, that was Luna. This is Astra. So green is Astra, blue is Luna. Thracia is one of the games of all time. I mean, that's true. That is definitely true. It is a game. I forget, are we training Ulster? Yeah, we're training Ulster for sure. You would have preferred if animes like Yu-Gi-Oh! Were just about the game without ancient evils losing your soul if you lose such a children's card game. Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, that's not the best example, but let's look at Card Fight Vanguard, for example. That franchise has gone on for a very long time, and granted, I haven't watched all the anime before, and I'm not like super into it, but that is a really good example of a series that is just about the characters playing the card game, and it's not about them like trying to save the world. And it's still like perfectly serviceable. It's like perfect. It's like fine. It's like a fine anime, and it's obviously good enough that many people really enjoy it because it's quite popular. So there is that to consider. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a little bit of a special case because the story and the stakes being so over the top is part of the appeal. Because it's so like cheesy, because it's so out of place, because it doesn't because the game doesn't actually matter, and they're making it like it matters that much. That's part of what makes it like funny, and part of what makes it entertaining. I don't know if there's a good equivalent that I have on the top of my head. Horst Johnson says, if I kill all of the Axe Knights, Schmidt should go back home. Playing Thracia felt like a fever dream, not gonna lie. The game actively doesn't want you playing it. The translations were pretty much everything needed to clear the chapters. You read the story from a translated scripts after the fact. You're holding out for a Fire Emblem 4 plus Thracia remake. That would be pretty cool. I used to put in the description for all of my videos, like if this video gets 6 billion likes, Fire Emblem 4 will get a remake. And so far, none of my videos have gotten 6 billion likes. And so far, Fire Emblem 4 has not gotten a remake, so I might be onto something here. Perhaps, if people start liking my videos, maybe we'll get that remake soon. Another great example of a sympathetic villain is Tai Lung from Kung Fu Panda. He's very tragic, but even Shifu apologized. He still tried to kill his adoptive father, so I don't know anything about Kung Fu Panda. I have not seen it. If Silksong is real, Fire Emblem 4 remake can be real. I mean, is Silksong actually real? I still haven't seen any evidence that it will actually come out. I think there's like a collection of things that are very unlikely to happen, and one of those things is the Winds of Winter, like ever being written. Okay, so there is a chance we might be able to stop this guy. We can't hit him this turn, but next turn when we hit him, he's going to go berserk. And I think when he goes berserk, I think that will stop him from dealing the final point of damage to that village. Maybe. That's my theory anyway. You're a Legend of Dragoon fan, so you're hoping for a remake or a remaster of that game. That is in your blood at this point. We have to trust. I mean, I definitely trust that if 6 billion people like my videos, that a Fire Emblem 4 remake will definitely happen. Legend of Dragoon, I have definitely not played that game since it came out, which was a very long time ago. I'm probably aging myself at this point by even saying that. God, let's just like push our way through here. The village is gone already? I thought the, So, one second. Let me scroll up here for a second. So I thought that this section right here, this blue part, has 2 additional HP. So it should be... I thought he has to spend 2 additional... No, never mind. It's a ruin. You're right. I thought he had to spend 2 additional turns clearing out this section, but it looks like he doesn't. I mean, it's fine. He'll just run over and attack the character that I want him to fight him anyway. Oh my god, what are we even doing, guys? This is killing me. Ulster, get rid of this guy. Ulster and Larcey are siblings, right? They're twins. Is that why they have like all the same skills? Yeah, I think they're twins. You were in primary school when Legend of Dragoon released. School took you on a holiday, and your headmaster actually bought it for you because you were underage at the time. Oh, was it one of those times when like people couldn't buy games because of like laws and restrictions and stuff? Let me see if I can kill this guy. 24 minus 9 is 15 times 2. I actually don't kill him unless I get a skill proc. Instead of relying on a skill proc, I'm just going to use the Brave Sword to guarantee the kill here. And then if I got a Luna proc, it would have conserved 1 Brave Sword charge. I didn't get it. Also, that was like the first time an enemy hit her. She's just been dodging through everything else. I wonder... Man, she has really not been leveling up speed at all, by the way. Someone pointed it out earlier that she didn't get a speed level up, and ever since you said that, I think she still has not gotten a single speed level up. Kind of crazy. Oh, there's another enemy here I missed. I completely missed this guy. I think Seliph can just kill him. They are twins. Baltimus says Larcey is your beloved. Is she your Fire Emblem 4 waifu? Does she have a heroes? God, please tell me this is almost over. We're almost there, guys. We're almost to the next castle. We almost cleared 1 section of the game in an hour and 12 minutes. 1 section of the game. Ira would actually be your waifu? Okay. I mean, she counts. Oh, he turns back already. Okay, so he just goes up there to destroy that castle and then come back, I guess. This berserker's ignoring me. Can I catch him? I don't think I can even catch him. I could probably catch him in 2 turns. She's blessed due to Ira's genes. Okay, hold on a second. Let's look her up. Fire Emblem Larcey Gallery. This will let me know if she has a hero's alt or not. It looks like the answer is yes, because I see very heroes looking art shows up immediately. Here's art, looks pretty cool. It looks like she has an alt too. In fact, she has multiple alts. She must be a popular character. She has a lot of alts. She has at least 3 alts. Plus she has a lot of Cypher cards from Fire Emblem Cypher. This one, it almost looks like she's holding a lightsaber. Here's the gallery if you guys want to see it. Official art. You've never tried yet, but running Genealogy with all the alternative kits looks really fun. Somebody mentioned that before. They said they really like the alternate units and alternate like child units. They're worth exploring. But I don't know. It's not something I'm going to do. I don't think I'm ever going to play this game again. and if I do, it's going to be in a little while. It's kind of sad because while playing through it, like, I'm getting all these ideas, I'm familiarizing myself with the mechanics, and like, I am thinking like, oh man, if I was going to do it again, like, this is what I would do differently. I would pair these characters together, and now that I understand the mechanics, like, I can plan out like smarter builds, and I can do different things. I can do things that like I didn't really know or understand to do on my first playthrough, and thinking about what my next playthrough would look like is very appealing. But I can tell you right now, I don't think I have it in me to ever play this game again. It just doesn't have it. Like, it just doesn't have it for me. It doesn't have the thing, like, what I need to make me like, capable of playing it again. Just with like the mechanics and stuff, the UI and like the user interface. I mean, UI stands for user interface. The UI and just like, I don't know, just like the way the game is played, like the map design and the level design and everything, I just can't handle it. It's just not for me. Julia. Who should we pair with Julia? I'm gonna make a poll. The options are going to be Seliph. We're using Lester, right? We could use Lester. We have Ulster we're definitely using. Yeah, Seliph. Ulster. Lester. Or someone else. If you guys have like a better candidate that maybe joins later, you can just vote for someone else, and you can just post your suggestions in the chat anyway. Lynn is Ira version 2. Yeah, I think Ira, for me personally, was like, if Lynn was actually like a well-designed, like, good unit that was fun to use. Like, Ira just feels very satisfying to use. She actually feels significantly strong. She feels like she actually does the Myrmidon thing in a way that works within the context of her game. She has enough strength, skill, like reliability, to actually accomplish combat objectives, rather than just being like weaker than the characters who can ride around 7 tiles of movement on horses and do combat just as well as her, or even better. Before we play out this next phase, I'm going to take a quick break. I have to grab a small refill on my water, which I recommend you guys do as well. If you haven't drank any water yet today, make sure you drink some water now. It is very good for you, and being dehydrated is very bad for you. Like, it's so much, like, people don't even realize how bad it is to be dehydrated. So go get some water as well if you haven't had any yet, and I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. I've got a lot of chat to get caught up on. You've run Conquest before with only, using only the captured bosses and generic enemies. When you have that kind of option, it's really fun. Baltimist, you've also done a capture-only playthrough. It was one of the most fun playthroughs. One thing I've noticed, especially when I was watching some of Excelblem's recent challenges, is that the capture mechanic gives you access to like incredibly powerful units. Like, typically, if he ran into a problem in one of his challenge runs, like it could just be solved by just capturing an enemy unit who was just so strong that they weren't really held back by the challenge. Baltimist, aren't Seliph and Julia ... I don't know. I feel like you're maybe implying some kind of spoiler, which you should probably consider that I'm playing this game for the first time. You allowed Korin, Azura, and Niles, but everything else was capturable. Kumagara and Haitaka were absolute beasts. Yeah, Haitaka's really good, even in a normal playthrough. It's been a minute since you've played Fates, says Duke. Snow Warning says, you had 3 liters of water already for the day. You enjoy tap water almost too much. It's so refreshing when it's hot. I don't like hot water, but I mean, hey, to each their own. As long as you're getting hydrated, I think that's the important thing. I usually filter my water, and then I put it in the fridge, and then I just like take it back out later when it's cold and drink it later when it's cold. That's like my go-to strategy for water drinking endeavors. Okay, so this should berserk him, and I believe I can survive another hit. Yeah, he did 13 damage, so I'll survive on 2. He didn't get berserked. So, okay, so the berserk is not guaranteed. Interesting. Hello, Danny, welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're playing more FE4 today. What was I in the middle of doing now? Oh yeah, I need to heal Lester. The strength of the capture mechanic in Fates is a deep reference to how Nor and Hoshido would be so much better off working together. Maybe, or they just didn't really think about what they were doing. Maybe they just didn't think about it when they were balancing or not balancing those units. Who's the boss of this castle? Isak, Axe Knight. Okay, it's just a generic Isak, Axe Knight. I feel like anyone could take him down. Let's have Larcey do it. I feel like Larcey is going to be one of my strongest units. We also have some talk conversations, but like the characters who can have them are still on the other side of the map because of how this game works. It's going to take us a little bit of time to get everyone back together. Garrett says, because I haven't played this game, you're not going to suggest any pairings. Just avoid common Fire Emblem memes. I mean, yeah, people are gonna spoil stuff if they want to. Especially when it comes to memes, like, people don't really consider that if you post something that, like, spoils the story. Like, even if it's a joke, it still spoils the story. So. I'm also not really, like... I don't get, like, that upset about spoilers anyway, though, honestly. I'm the kind of person who can just enjoy it. Like, if a story's well written, I can enjoy it. I don't have to be shocked or twisted or, like... You know what I mean? Like, the shock of being twisted or having a twist in the story doesn't, like, make it any better or worse written. Arguably, in many cases, it actually makes it worse whenever writers try to add crappy twists to their story. Does this kill? We're gonna double him, right? 12. No, it's not even gonna kill him anymore. Alright, let's just hang back. There's no need to rush forward. If I remember correctly, yeah, Femina doesn't really have anything that I want anyway. I thought we trained one of our Pegasus characters to pass something down, and it feels like this is not what I, like, signed up for. I don't know where those skills went. I think I just messed something up. Garrett says Norse captures are leaps and bounds better than Hoshido's captures. For that alone, you stand with Garen. Isn't Garen like a giant puddle? I feel the same way. I'm not that upset about spoilers as long as the story is good. Yeah, exactly. Like, even if I'm not going to, be surprised by the twists, if it's well written, then it's still well written. And likewise, like, if a story is really badly written, like, you can't trick me into liking it just by having a twist. Guess my brain is just too big for that. I'm too big-brained. I think that's Astra. I think I just tore that guy to pieces. Wow. Alright. Still got a long trek ahead of us. Excuse me. Someone was saying that we can use the augury to find out who the parents of each of these children are. Excuse me. Because I did not keep track of all my pairings. I didn't, like, write them down or anything. We need Seliph to capture this castle. I'll sure go this way. I'm really tempted to go for a walk today after this stream and maybe get something to eat while I'm out, but I kind of don't want to. I'm probably just gonna make something with the food that I have here. Okay, let's see. I have a feeling something's going to happen when we capture this castle. Seize. Oh, Lord Seliph, sir. Glad to see you're doing okay. Is everyone unharmed, sir? Indeed, and ecstatic to see you to boot. Thanks to you, Lord Seliph, we know that at long last, Isak shall have its freedom. Thank you, sir, but the effort isn't mine alone. I could never have come so far without the support of the common man. You've all supported me from the beginning. I likely wouldn't be here if not for you. Fate is a funny thing, isn't it, sir? Just 20 years ago, our late king had utmost trust in your grandfather's wisdom. Then your father came to protect Prince Shannon, and now the prince has guided you to adulthood. Perhaps fate has bound Isak and Chalfi as one. Isak is the only home I've ever known, and Prince Shannon is like a brother to me. I pray our friendship lasts the rest of our lives. Oh, is that a death flag? Lord Seliph, you are the rightful heir to House Belhalla and the throne of Grand Vale. Not a soul alive in Isak nor in the rest of the world can doubt this. We beg of you, raise the banner of justice high, march on Belhalla, and reclaim your true throne. We're gonna get copyright striked from me humming Final Fantasy Tactics music. The YouTube bot's gonna pick it up. I need to stop. It's so catchy though. Has anyone here played Final Fantasy Tactics? I know that a lot of people have come to the channel from my Tactics Advanced videos, but I don't necessarily know if anyone here has played Tactics. Femina is actually in bad need of some healing. Femina is a really funny name, by the way. Okay, let's move her, like, I don't know, somewhere over here or something, so I can heal her next turn without losing a bunch of momentum. So I don't know what's going to happen next, but I'm assuming a bunch of guys are going to come out of this castle to fight me. No, actually nothing happened. I did not expect that. You're playing Tactics Advanced. Baltimus, you like Tactics. You couldn't get into Advanced. So I didn't really like Advanced when I first played it, but now that I've delved into the mechanics more, I like it a lot more. You can check out the videos I made about it. The game actually has a surprising amount of depth. It's just different, but because it's different, for me, it's actually a little bit more timeless. Like, if I want to play a game similar to Final Fantasy Tactics, I think there's a lot of games out there that drew inspiration from it and have, similarities to it, where I can play something new that feels familiar, but it's different. Tactics Advance isn't really like that because it was like a black sheep game and it wasn't really like that successful or that influential. Nobody ever really made any other games like it. So if I ever want to play like Tactics Advance, I don't have any other options. I just have to play Tactics Advance. There's not any games that were like derivative of Tactics Advance. You have played the advanced one, says Lionhearted, but you've never finished it. Evilist is your favorite Final Fantasy setting. Femina and Masculina. You're looking forward to Ivalice Chronicles? Yeah, ever since the Ivalice Chronicles announcement, my Final Fantasy Tactics videos have been getting a lot more views, which is nice. Not really intentional on my part, considering I made those videos a long time ago, but it's kind of funny whenever that happens. I had something else happen pretty similar too. I made a video about Kakegurui, and right around the time when I released that video, they announced the Netflix adaptation. They announced that they were making the Netflix series adaptation, and as a result, the video ended up like getting like way more views than it definitely would have gotten otherwise. Which is just kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of funny that YouTube works that way. If you just happen to make a video at the right time that's just about a subject that just happens to be like trending, it gets a lot more views. But then after that, I just go back to making like a dozen more videos about a 15-year-old game that nobody plays. But that's just my philosophy. I just do whatever I feel like doing. I don't actually chase after those trends. Alright, do we have any more talk conversations yet? Just a bunch of people who want to talk to Seliph. You're doing the early steal ability cheese this time? Yeah, that's actually what I don't know, maybe you watched the video already, but I have a video all about the stealing everything at the start of the game. Marche and Luso are two very different characters. You like Advanced Tactics Advanced 2 more, but the original PS1 Final Fantasy Tactics is peak. I think Final Fantasy Tactics is the better game, but I think Tactics Advance is like the more unique game. And part of that also just comes down to just like hindsight, I guess, or I don't know if hindsight's the right word, but like Tactics is only less unique now because so many games have been influenced by it. And as a result, there's like a bunch of games that are like it now. It's sort of like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure created so many memes and so many tropes that if you watch it now, it feels, derivative of modern anime. But what's the reality is that modern anime is derivative of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's just it just depends on the context in which you watch it. You can't go back in time and watch it 30 years ago because, first of all, it didn't have an anime adaptation back then anyway, but you couldn't go back in time 30 years and read the manga 30 years ago because it just doesn't work that way. So anytime you read or watch JoJo's now, you're always going to go into it with the mentality of like all the other anime that's come out in the last 30 years that you've already seen. But oh, I completely forgot about the fact that this guy was still standing here. Hold, rebel scum! King Danan has decreed that you shall go no further. Don't kill Lester, or I guess do kill Lester, okay. This is kind of funny because I'm pretty sure... Is this Lex's son? Somebody tell me if this is Lex's son, because Lex actually died in Chapter 1 of Part 1. And if this is his son and he just died in the first chapter of Part 2, that's actually really funny. One thing you do like about old games is the speedrunning community. Speedrunning keeps them alive. Mario Bros. Is a good example. Oh yeah, that's true. Lord of the Rings is like that with high fantasy. Pretty much is the same concept, yeah. It feels very, like, vanilla now. But in truth, like, so many series were inspired by Lord of the Rings. I'm pretty sure Tolkien actually came up with, like, halflings and hobbits. I don't think they were really a thing before that. Okay, so we have to keep in mind that the guy inside of here can just ride out and attack us, so we have to, like, not stand in his range, I guess. I wish I'd known that. We'll put Lester over here instead. We need Femina to, like, go up here and rescue this village. And then Ulster can go over here. Good God. Could they have made this any more painful? Julia. Are you faring alright so far, Julia? Thank you, Lord Seliph. Actually, I have something for you. I found this in Isak Castle. What is... It's a light tome called Nosferatu. You can wield these, yes? Yes, I'm able to use light magic. Excellent. Hopefully you'll now have an easier time protecting yourself in combat. Thank you, Lord Seliph. Thank you so much. Da 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 da. Yeah, I have the Final Fantasy Tactics music stuck in my head. We should play that one day. We should play it on a stream one day. That would be really fun. I think that's another fairly misunderstood game too. Like, it would be worth making a video all about the mechanics of that game, just because there's so much going on that I think a lot of people don't fully understand. I love just like exploring games like to a level that most people don't care about. Because like if a game has an easier solution, most people are only going to be interested in that easy solution. They're not really going to be curious about like, why does it work this way? They don't really care. They're just like, okay, I can use this to beat the game, so I'm just going to use this to beat the game. I want to retreat this turn, by the way. The entire army is coming back. Oh god. Have I watched the last season of Squid Games? No, I only watched the first season of Squid Games. Tolkien wrote, "In a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit while correcting university exams. Without knowing what a hobbit was, it just came to him." Yeah, I was pretty sure he invented hobbits, but I wasn't like 1,000,000% sure. So I guess the whole army is going to come pouring out of this castle soon. Oh my god, this guy's tough. Wow, Schmidt is an absolute beast. This might be one of the toughest bosses we've seen so far. Who is even supposed to fight this guy? Are we going to have to redo this whole turn again? Oh my god, please no, please no. God, no. Please. God, no. Dodge. Dodge. This would not be like a stream ending moment, but it would be an absolute crash out moment. Like, you guys would see me losing my mind if they forced me to replay this entire turn, which it almost feels like I'm going to have to do again anyway. Because how am I going to get away from all these axe fighters? I'm not even saving. I'm not saving this turn, because I think I'm going to have to replay this entire turn. Again. Like, how do I deal with Schmidt and all of these guys? It's been years since I last played Vanilla Tactics. My last few runs of FFT were using hard mode hacks. That's another thing about classic games, is you can always use hacks to make them, to like bring them back to life, in a sense. If Oife runs as far away as possible, can he get to safety? The problem is, it's going to leave some of my other units hanging, right? Yeah, like, my other units can't get away from Schmidt, and then Schmidt will just kill them. Oh, he's got a Brave Axe. That's why he was able to attack me multiple times. Okay, that makes more sense, at least. Still, his defense must be crazy. I mean, 16 is pretty high, I guess. So Oife does, like, no damage to him. Should I just go back and redo the other turn again one more time and just keep all my other units further away? The generics suck, so if I can kill Schmidt, I should be okay. I think I'm going to redo that last turn one more time, because I can't do this with all of my other units being this far in enemy territory. Let's do one more reset. Perfect. So we're going to get to do this. We're going to get to do all of this again. We're going to get to move our units 15 tiles across the chapter again. Let's go. This is exciting. Oh my god, riveting gameplay, guys. And the roads, too. Oh my god, we have roads. We have roads. Wow, this is exciting. There's roads, and there's plains, and there's forest tiles. Ah, this game is so ahead of its time. And it has grass. Epic. Look at this. Look at the beautiful scenery. We get to walk through it again. I'm just gonna run as far away as possible. Can I just run away from, like, the whole concept of the map design in this game? Do I have to do the Julia conversation again? I feel like I have to do that again, because I didn't save after I did that. I saved before I did it. Yeah, there's mountains too. You like that he's... I don't know why that means... Snow Warning's comment just made me laugh. This is a true crash out, guys. I'm losing my mind. Hold on a second. You guys don't even get to read the funny comment. I'm gonna say it in like... I need like 2 minutes to ground myself. Okay, he says, I like that he's named Schmidt. It's the same as my neighbor. I don't know why that made me laugh. Oh, there's also castles. You're right, Duke. How did I miss the castles? Okay, so they do come out of the castle on their own. I thought they came out because I was standing within his range. It turns out they just come out on their own. Wow, that was bad, guys. That was horrible. Imagine if I had saved on that turn, too. We would have been screwed. We would have been screwed beyond belief. Alright. Let's get this over with. So first of all, let me talk here. I'm not reading all this again. Oh, this is a good example of what I was talking about in Discord the other day. You see how when they start talking, the text appears right on the game screen? There's no transition. Like, it doesn't transition into a different screen. The dialogue just appears on the world map. That's what I was talking about the other day. I think it would be really cool to see a concept where they have something like this in where like the battles appear like on the world map without having to transition into a battle screen. I think that would be really cool. That's part of the reason why I usually play with animations turned off too. It just makes the gameplay much faster. Alright, we should be able to severely injure or kill this guy. And then hopefully we won't get killed in retaliation. Yeah, he's very unlikely to even hit us. Now I think this stops him from attacking. I could be wrong. He has like a weird AI where like he's programmed to attack the village. But now his berserk status is telling him to attack me. So he can't do either thing. Because he can't attack me because he's programmed to attack the village, but he can't attack the village because he's currently berserked. Something like that. It felt like that was happening before. Alright, which one of these is even Schmidt? He's gonna be surrounded by a bunch of guys. That's gonna be a problem. How am I gonna attack him if he's surrounded by a bunch of guys? I don't know. I don't know if I can get away from him, that's the problem. I can maybe set something up to do like a hit and run tactic. No, that's... well, if I stand here at the edge of this road, I might be able to use this to my advantage. I might be able to use the road to my advantage. To have Oife attack and then run away. Maybe. Perhaps it's a thing. I think I'm also going to have Larcey move this way. I might be able to use some woods to my advantage. You never know. I'll also have Seliph over here to guard the castle. Can my other units hide in the castle? Because if they can't, I might be in trouble. I didn't think about that. Horse Johnson says that's why you were trying to warn me. You wouldn't normally spoil, but that would have been a real issue. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I wish I had read your comment like 2 minutes before I did, because it would have saved me a lot of trouble. But, I mean, you tried. You tried. Those are the kind of spoilers I absolutely do not mind. Anything to, like, make the gameplay less, like, frustrating and tedious. Okay, well... Schmidt has moved to the back of the enemy group. We might be able to use this to our advantage. The only problem is I think every enemy now has a hand axe, which means we can't even enemy phase them. This is crazy. Like, why would you put this in your game? Seriously, why would you put this in your game? Why in the world would you put this in your game? Please answer that question. Just explain to me why you would ever put this in your game. 15 guys, all with hand axes, and mounted, and you can't even enemy phase them. What was the logic there? Like how? How and why? I don't even have any characters with 2 ranged weapons. I have this Nosferatu tome that I just picked up. I doubt she can fight these guys safely. She has 27 effective HP. They have 20 attack, so she'll survive on 7. How much does Nosferatu heal for? It just says drains foes HP. Does it drain for the full amount of damage that I deal? Or does it only heal me for half? Because if it heals me for half, I might be in trouble. Julia Sweep, says Baldsmith. It's nice that you can save during the chapter. Yeah, I totally agree. No Dot, welcome to the stream. It helps to save from echoes and engage. The 3D animations are pretty simple compared to the GBA stuff. Oh, you mean like for combat animations and things like that? Their stats are junk. The DS Fire Emblem games do the saving mid-chapter very well. Yeah, I really like the save points in Shadow Dragon. Julia sweep. Everyone's saying, oh, it heals for 100? Okay, if it heals for 100, then Julia can definitely sweep. Right? I mean, let me confirm. How much damage does she do? She deals 26 minus 1, so she's going to deal 25 damage per hit. The only concern is that if an enemy, like this enemy with low HP attacks her, she's not going to heal for very much, and then the next attack might kill her. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Look at this! Arthur has almost caught up with the rest of my army. Isn't that fun? I can put Lester in range of one guy if I want to. No, I can't, because they all have overlapping range. The overlapping ranges are killer. Yeah, I can't use Lester here. I'll just leave him here. Okay. Just get rid of this guy already. You wonder how Awakening would look if the map view also used the 3D models and environments. For me, that wouldn't be the solution. The solution would be to just make everything 2D. I think 2D is just superior to 3D anyway. You're specifically talking about crit animations? Seliph gives a bunch of avoid if he's within 3 spaces. Ah, I'll keep that in mind. I need to build support between them anyway. They're going after Oifei. Why would they go after Oifei? Who knows, right? Who knows? Just for reasons, I suppose. They really think that attacking Oifei is the smarter play here, because obviously he has less defense than Julia, as you would be aware. And you could just kind of tell that by looking at them. You could pretty much guess that he has less defense than Julia. That's why the enemies prefer to attack him. She gets 50 experience per kill. If they were actually attacking her instead of attacking Oifei, she could have probably gotten a lot of experience this turn. Yeah, we just healed to full on every hit. Wow, this is the power of Julia. I'm very much liking Julia. She's my favorite second generation character already. And she levels up just from 2 kills. HP, magic, skill, luck. Those are all good stats. Defense would have been nice. They like attacking Oifei. Makes sense. Now, my only concern now is I don't know if I can get Julia out of range of Schmidt, and I don't know if Schmidt can kill her. Like, if he can one-shot her, then she's in trouble. Let's find out. But I also can't put anyone within, like... What turn are we on, by the way? We are on turn 41, guys! Isn't this fun? 41 turns. Not sandbagging, just trying to go as fast as possible. 34... Yeah, so the problem is Schmidt can just kill her. So I have to get her away from Schmidt. From Schmitty. How far can he move? Well, we don't know how far he can move, because roads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... And then he'll probably get like 6 extra movement from the road, so he can probably go all the way over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He should get 2 extra movement from the roads, so he can reach here, but he cannot reach here. So I'm gonna wait on this tile. Lester might be able to get a kill here. No, he's too weak. Too pathetic. Too sad. Too tragic. Turn 41, let's go. I just don't understand the rationale behind this. I'm never going to get it. You can't say that it's because of like the time when the game came out. because we've been playing Wizardry 1 on stream, the original dungeon crawler, and it holds up extremely well, even against like modern day dungeon crawlers. So like how could this game like have like such slow, like just tedious, like it's not bad design, like it's not bad because of the limitations of the hardware. It's bad because of the decisions that were made. Like they made bad decisions when planning out like how this game was going to work. And I will die on that hill. Like there was no need for the gameplay to be this slow. And this is why I'm not going to stream Fire Emblem 5, because I would just be complaining the entire time, and the FE5 fans would not enjoy hearing me complain about their favorite game for 30 hours, or however long it takes to be probably like 100 hours, I don't know. A million hours. Okay, can Schmitty reach me? I'm not sure. I'm not going to know until this idiot moves out of the way. So that's great. Can Schmitty reach me? No. Okay, so I calculated the movement correctly, even factoring in the roads. I'm very proud of myself for that one. And Seliph is guarding the castle, so they can't just walk up and destroy the castle. So that's good. We'll have a castle that we can use after this battle to repair our equipment, which we have not repaired for a long time. Now Julia should be able to sweep everything, as you guys were suggesting. Unless she misses because of the forest tiles, but I don't know if that's a thing. Then I can just have everyone just run up and kill the boss after Julia finishes clearing out the enemies. Okay, she's not quite getting 50 experience per kill anymore, which is a little sad. You think the complaining is the most fun part? Roads cost fractional movement. Duke Nuka, you don't get how the roads work. So somebody said earlier in the stream that every 3 tiles of road you walk on, you essentially get +1 movement, and that kind of helped me. I just used that to help visualize it. I still don't like the mechanic, but it helped me visualize it. You'd be 100% down to watch someone get blindsided by Thracia's shenanigans, especially if you're going in blind. I mean, I probably wouldn't even go in blind. I would probably like use some kind of guide or some kind of information to tell me what to do, so that I wouldn't have to deal with like getting too tilted on stream. So yeah, it's just not really. I don't think it's what people would really be looking for. Is there a speed up function? Please? Is there any way to speed this up? I'm sure there is. There's probably a speed up button. Can I pause the game? I can't pause the game. Okay, that's fine. Nice dodge, Dermot. So we should be able to have other people run in and kill the boss now, hopefully. That's my plan. The problem is that Brave Axe is deadly. It even means that, like, my good characters, I can attack him from 2 range. So I might be able to have my characters chip him down from 2 range, and then have someone run up and get the finishing shot. Hopefully that can work. That might be the way to get through this guy. He's gonna move into a weird position. Yeah, I don't know, he's kind of far away from my units. I don't know if I can finish him off now, because he moved so far away. Like, I can't get my characters over there to attack him. What can Julia do to him? She hits for 24. Hopefully times 2 would be 48. She can chip him down pretty far. Speed 11 versus speed 13. But he basically has 1 speed with his weight. I have 0 speed with my weight. So yeah, I cannot double him, so I can only hit him 1 time. That's actually a problem. Because we can't survive it. We can't survive a hit from this guy, much less 2 hits. We might be screwed here. I don't know how to get through Schmidt. Like, what do you do against this guy? I'm just not getting it. I'm not understanding what the intention is. I can throw units at him. I can sacrifice my units. None of my characters are fast enough to double him. So I can essentially chip him a couple of times, and then have Oife run over and not even do that much damage. Why doesn't the Armor Slayer work on him, by the way? He's a great knight. It should deal effective damage. God, I only deal 7 damage? That's unbelievable. How do you win against this guy? Maybe the designers wanted to try a game with a few chapters, but larger chapters. What if there was a ROM hack that divided each chapter into 2? I mean, you'd have to divide every chapter in this game into like 3 or 4 chapters, and even then, you'd have to redesign the maps to make it more playable. That's my opinion. I'm actually not going to rescue this village. I'm going to save it for someone else. She's already got 10,000 gold, and she's not even a great unit. I want to give it to one of my better units. Okay, is there any way I can just, like, not get killed by the boss here? Or if someone gets killed, it has to be someone that I don't mind sacrificing? Great Knights only count as cavalry units in this game. They're not heavily armored like in other games. That's stupid. The fact that Oife can only deal 7 damage to this guy, and he can double and one-shot like most of my characters, is absolutely berserk. Like that should never be a thing in any game. Even in Awakening, where the enemies can like double and one-shot most of your characters, like Frederick can actually fight the enemies. Like that's the difference. Can Dermot kill this guy? Adept, Charm, Accost. If I get Adept or Accost, I'll kill him. If not, then I just have to run away. I did not get Adept. I did get Accost. So that's good. If Julia can get far enough away, we might be able to body block her. So, God, this guy reaches so far. 1. Gotta count how many road tiles we're dealing with now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He should be able to reach here, which means he can target the square right next to Lana, which is unfortunately the square that Julia can reach. So I believe Julia is going to be left in his range. The only thing I could do is warp her into this castle to keep her safe. Does that work? I don't know if that really solves my problem though, because then I'm still just going to have Schmidt bearing down on my units with no possible way to fight him. She could retreat into the woods. Yeah, I guess she could have moved down here. That could have kept her safe. If we have to replay this turn, I'll keep that in mind. I'll move her down here. I can maybe draw him this way. I'm going to try drawing him up here to attack Larcey, who in theory should have the best chance of dodging his attack. In fact, I'm just going to use the Brave Sword here. We need to get rid of this guy, like, immediately. And then I'll have Ulster and Larcey both available. Then I'm going to warp you to Isak Castle to get you out of harm's way. Although that doesn't work because he can actually target that square. So I just moved her from one square that was targeted to another square that was also targeted. So that doesn't even solve the problem. Cool. If I put Seliph... For some reason he can't leave. Okay, cool. So I can't even use Seliph to body block. Man, this is awesome. This is fantastic game design. This is wonderful game design. Imagine sending her into the castle, the spot that would actually keep her safe. Imagine if it worked that way. Alright, we're just going to redo this turn. If I get unlucky. and then he can just reach this. So okay, so the roads don't even work the way that the roads work. Fantastic. I'm not even gonna do this. Let's just reset it. This is so stupid, guys. I'm sorry. This is really dumb and bad. He can't leave because of Julia. Yeah, I understand. I realize that now, but it's very dumb that it works that way. The fact that A, she doesn't go into the castle, and then B, he can't get out of the castle. Both of those things are things that should never happen in any video game. All right, let's just do the same thing we did last time, but with a small chance to accomplish something. Run away. Now we get to kill the Lester, which is actually better. I think Lester is the better character. Run away. Make sure we actually run, I don't know, 15 tiles away, because apparently the road gives a 9 movement character 15 tiles of movement in this game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, he gets +3 movement. Makes perfect sense. So it doesn't work the way that it works. Gotta move all of these characters over here. Seliph can remain there. Okay, I'm gonna try doing the same thing I was trying to do last time, which is to move Larcey here. Equip the Brave Sword. Did I even do that? Yes, okay. Back up my other characters. I know, I'm just assuming this guy can just hit every single tile on the map. Okay, we should be fine now. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I'm putting Brave Sword Larcey in his range, and then she should be able to draw him in that direction towards my strong combat units, and she should be able to survive. I think even if he hits her twice with the... Well, maybe if he hits her twice with the Brave Axe, she might die, but I don't know how likely that is. And if that's gonna happen, like, there's nothing I can do about it anyway, so... Like, you know what I mean? Like, what other plan would I possibly have? She doesn't need to dodge this for sure. Okay, that's a good dodge. Now we need, I guess, 2 more dodges. No, he just runs away. Okay, whatever. I'm past it. I'm past it. Okay, sure. He just decides, you know what? Nah. Nah, I'd rather not. I'd rather not. I'm not in the mood today. I just don't really feel like using the aggressive AI that was literally programmed into my DNA. I'm not in the mood for that right now. I've been hearing a lot about how the Empires have been hunting kids in all those other countries. I got so tilted that I visited the village that I said I wasn't going to visit. Horse says he's going to get more guys. That is Fire Emblem 4 mechanics. If you're telling the truth, I'm going to end the stream right now. Thanks to you, Lot. Isok's free from the Empire at last, but the rest of the world's still in a really dark place. All across Jugdral, they're all waiting for Lord Seliph to rise up and defeat the Empire. Hello, Milton. How goes it today? I'm doing mostly 99% fantastic. The other 1% of me is playing Fire Emblem 4, and it is torturous. You literally forgot all about Femina? Yeah, I keep forgetting about her too. Please, I'm begging you, gotta make it to Grandel soon. You guys have to tell me right now if you're being serious. Is he actually gonna run over here and recruit a bunch more enemies? Because if he's doing that, like, we're gonna experience probably the biggest crash out of the year. I don't think I could handle that. I guess he's just giving infinite free experience to Julia if he does that, but even if he does, like, I do not want to sit here for another 20 minutes doing that. Horse Johnson says yes, he's being serious. You can farm 100 kills on any of these roaming bosses. They go back and get more guys. Oh my god. Alright, give me 1 second, guys. I need to find out how to speed up function. No. No. Give me 1 second. The thing is, I don't even want to do this. I'm not intentionally trying to do this. I'm trying to kill this boss and he won't attack me. He's just running away. Like, whose idea was this? Literally, whose idea was this? There has to be some kind of speed up function. Hotkeys. Here we go, fast forward toggle. This key should work. Okay. Alright, we're back. I can block the castle and he'll sit there, but I don't know if I can get there in time. No, I can't. If I move this way, he's going to kill me. If I move any of my units into his range, he's going to kill me. So I can't do that. Plus, I don't have anybody who can catch him anyway. Like, I can't trap him, because if I trap him, then he'll just attack and kill one of my units. So I have to wait for him to come back with a bunch of reinforcements and fight a bunch of reinforcements. That's my only option at this point. This is horrible gameplay. This is really bad, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the FE4 fans out there. This is one of the worst things I've experienced so far in 2025. Like, what were they thinking? Putting a boss into the game that's effectively impossible to fight safely, comes with an entire army of reinforcements, and then, if you fail to defeat him, he just runs away and goes to recruit 100 more reinforcements. Like, why would that ever be fun for anyone playing a video game? He won't attack me once he gets into retreat mode, okay? But, like, I can't, like... Do you understand? There's no way for me to get over here. There's no possible way for me to get over there. He has 9 movement. Once he starts retreating, I can't block his path, because he moves 9 tiles every turn, and I cannot move 9 tiles every turn. Okay. We're having a great time here. And then also, if I move onto the castle, like, I could move Femina onto the castle, but then Danon would just attack her, and then she would die, right? If I move her into the castle, Danon will attack her. I guess I can block this tile, so that he can't get in. Does that work? Does blocking this tile work? If I get Wei-Fei at the castle, the turn after he goes in, he's going to be blocked in. Give me a second, I have a plan. If I can get there fast enough with Femina... No, I can't get there fast enough. If I could get Femina over here and have her stand in this tile, it would block him from entering the castle. He fetches more XP pinatas for you to fight until you're strong enough to fight him. It's a really bad strategy. I mean, it's not just a bad strategy, it's just obnoxious. It's just not fun at all. I don't want to sit here for the next 30 minutes fighting 15 more Cavaliers. With hand axes, no less. Oh, can't do that. Okay, fast forward. Fast forward. Fast forward. Okay. I'm going to save this turn. This turn I can kind of start modifying my strategy and doing different things. So I have an idea. I want to move Femina over here. Julia here. Lana here, just in case I do need to warp later. I want Ira and Wei-Fei to be, like, up here, so I can potentially draw some characters in this direction. Like, especially Schmidt. If I can pull Schmidt to the north, like, while he's still in aggressive mode, I might be able to work something out. So I have a couple plans kind of cooking all at the same time. I need Larcey up here. And then I need Seliph. I guess here is fine. I just need the ability to move him into the castle later if I need to. I'm not going to save again for a few turns. Alright, speed up. Let's go. Let's get this over with. Come on. Okay, that makes... Oh god, I just said I wasn't going to save and then I saved. Whatever. That makes it slightly more tolerable. Okay, if I move into the woods, only the guys with the hand axe should be able to target me. My only concern is that he might be able to move onto this woods tile after I move off of it, but we'll see. Okay, so only the guys with the hand axes should be able to target me now. That's true. Now if I just leave someone on this woods tile up here, while Schmidt is still aggressive, I should be able to pull Schmidt this way. I should be able to bring Schmitty up here. There is one flaw with this strategy. I don't necessarily have the firepower needed to kill Schmitty. So even if I can pull him in this direction, I don't know if that helps me necessarily. This could also be bad if I run out of Nosferatu charges. Okay. Hold, rebel scum. King Danan has decreed that you shall go no further. Well, I can hit you for 7 damage. An amazing 7 damage. Oh, nice crit. Okay, the crit helped a lot there. The crit is going to help immensely with punching through this guy's ridiculous defense and HP. Honestly, I could do this one more time in order to get Julia a bunch of experience. The tile in front thing doesn't work. They can actually move to the sides. Okay, cool. So I don't need to bother testing that. It has to be the exact tile on the mouth to block him. But then if I do that, if I move her onto that tile, the boss will kill her. I can also surround him like an archer. Hopefully this should work for you. Yeah, this strategy worked. My only question now is that if I let Schmidt run back, I could let Julia get a bunch more experience, which I'm kind of feeling that right now. Just because with the speed up function, this isn't quite as bad. Like if I don't attack him right now, I think he's going to attack again. But if I do this, if I get rid of all of his allies, he's going to run away. He won't attack. Is that how it works? Guess we'll find out in a second here. So let me just get Aaron out of there. Or sorry, Femina. Alright, let's see if he goes into retreat mode or if he keeps attacking. He retreats, okay. I'm gonna do one more round of reinforcements, just because I'm really liking Julia as a character, and this is an opportunity for us to get more experience onto her. And with the speed up function, it's not quite as bad. Yeah, I need to go repair Nosferatu, that's what I'm doing right now. Snow warning, I'm still distracted by so many characters having so much voluminous hair. This game was created during the 80s, I think, so that basically perfectly explains that. Greetings, warrior. Would you like your fates to be read? What would you like revealed? I don't know. Thank you, I know we'll meet again. Blacksmith. I cannot afford to repair it. I can repair up to 24 charges. That should be enough to get me through another round of combat. I hope. I could sell the men's staff if I really needed money. It's from 94? Oh, okay. One thing about Fire Emblem is that every game in the series is very reflective. Like, it reflects the style and, like, art design of popular, like, of whatever anime were popular during that time. So, the look and the feel of this game is going to be similar to, like, what the anime was like when this game came out. That's why I always found it weird that people complained about, like, Fire Emblem Engage's designs, like, being, like, way too quote-unquote anime. But the thing is, like, Fire Emblem has always had designs that are based on whatever is popular in anime at the time. It just happens to be the case that, like, the people saying that don't like the anime designs that are popular right now. I don't know if I'm getting my point across perfectly, but I'm trying to say something and I used words to try and say it. By the way, Melton, how are you doing today? Alright, let's speed through this crap. Okay, I have to be careful now. I want to stand... I think here is actually better because it allows me to get deeper into the forest on the next turn. Are any of my other units threatened? Yes, I need to make sure I get her out of there. Femina, get out of there. What about the others? Leaning... no. Okay. So we're going to set up combat with Schmitty next turn. I'm just going to speed through this. We're going to need to check how many Nosferatu charges we have, because we might need to send other characters over here to back her up. I'm not going to save this turn, just in case I accidentally put myself into a bad position. I should be okay, but there's no reason to risk it. Okay, I have 12 Nosferatu charges left, so this is totally fine. I can back up a little bit. This should keep me out of Schmitty's range. Keeps me in everyone else's range. I can sweep all of them. I can even move some of my other characters forward now if I want to grind some more experience onto my other characters. The big thing is I have to stay out of Schmidt. Excuse me. The big thing is I have to stay out of Schmidt's range. This is also tricky because he actually moved into a weird spot this time that overlaps him with other characters. I have to go to this tile to fight him. Now this should either give Oife the kill, or set up the kill for one of my other characters. I'm fine with either one of those outcomes. I'm a little scared to move Lester in range, because if he gets attacked by multiple hand axes and they all hit him, he will maybe die. What do they have? 20 attack. He has 9 defense. Okay, he can take 2 hand axes, so I'm going to put him right here. He's probably going to take 2 hand axes, but I'm going to have a bunch of other characters like waiting right behind him to jump in and help fight. So we should be fine here. This could help me potentially get some experience onto some of my other goobers. Alright, let's see how this goes. I'm not going to speed up this turn because there's going to be a lot of things that are going to happen that I need to keep track of. The complaints about Fire Emblem being too anime have always been stupid in your eyes. Yeah, I'm the same way. I think it's foolishness. Alright, Lester's getting some combat experience. Julia's getting some combat. Plenty of combat. Okay, speed up. These Nosferatu animations are way too long. Okay, let's see what Schmidt does. Ooh, Oifei's not in a great position. We managed... okay, he went back to full health. That's not good. I didn't realize he was going to go back to full health. We might be in trouble here. I did not think he was going to go back to full health. Why did he do that? Can Larce take him out? Probably not. Wow, he has a pretty high hit rate against her, too. That is a phenomenal hit rate against her. Considering that he's using an axe. Well, there's no weapon triangle disadvantage in this game. 23 minus 16 is 7. God. How can you possibly kill this guy? I should have killed him when I had the chance last time. I got way too greedy. How much damage does he even do? 34? Good God. This is insane, right? Like, you guys are seeing this. You guys are... Everyone else is seeing this, right? It's just ludicrous. Okay, so if I put Larce here, he has to fight Larce. The only thing is, I don't know if he just outright kills her. 34 minus 8. I mean, he has to kill her, right? 26 damage twice. If he hits her twice, he kills her. And he's likely to hit her twice. I can force him into retreat mode if I... Oh, in fact, he's in retreat mode right now. Okay, so hold on. If I force him into retreat mode, can I attack him before he retreats? I mean, that doesn't really do anything for me. It just means I'm going to have to fight another round of enemies now. Okay, I severely underestimated how much I needed to plan out what I'm doing here, just to get rid of this one guy. I should surround him and he'll be stuck. Who in Intelligence Systems thought this would be a good idea? You don't know much about anime and art styles, but you like that the Awakening characters don't have very large eyes. I never really noticed or thought about that, to be honest. Actually, don't kill this guy. He doesn't kill me either, though, right? No. If I surround him this turn, he's just going to sit there and not do anything. If I get a Luna or an Astra proc, I'll get rid of him. Yeah, but the problem is he literally kills her. Like if I attack him and I don't get a Luna or an Astra proc, or I don't get like a dodge, he just kills me. I might be able to surround him now though, now that I'm like planning for it. Like if I go here, I could even reset this turn. I think I saved at the start of this turn. And just start moving my other units over. I can maybe surround him. And then if he just sits there without attacking, I can kill him with 2 range attacks. Maybe. Maybe we can chip him down. Let's see what happens. Okay, he is trying to run. I'm not going to save now. I think catching him right now is going to be too tough because I let him get a head start. But what I can do is I can reset. I think I saved at the start of this turn. Even if not, I saved like right before I fought that enemy wave. You thought Larcey was a thief because of her name? Okay, so theoretically, he's not going to attack me even if I surround him. Maybe. Then I can take my time and chip him down. I could even have Larcey fight him a bunch of times if I want to, because I just get to save every time before she attacks him. I have Wrath now. That's something, I guess. Start sending my 2 range attackers over there as well, so they can get into the fight. Oh, I should have healed Lester before I moved him. I forgot that he was injured. Yeah, he'll be fine. Or he won't. Is his dad Lex, by the way? I was trying to ask that before. No one answered my question. I don't think there was any other blue-haired characters. But Lex died. So I don't know. I don't know if that causes his child to get deleted from the game or not. Julia is very powerful, by the way. She reminds me of Saria. With her ability to just join and instantly be a good Nosferatu tank. Okay, this is very good. This means we can save every time before we attack him. I don't even need to use Brave Sword charges. I just need to dodge one of his attacks. Which I did. And then I got an Astra proc, and I think that if it doesn't kill him, it will at the very least chip him down. Significantly. Nice. And now I get a Brave Axe. King Danan, my lord, forgive me. Brave Axe obtained. I'll have to give that to someone else later. Okay, we're through... Not really... But... We're making some progress. We still have to fight the boss, and then I don't know if there's anything else to do this chapter, or if we're finally done with this. Lester is the child of Lady Edane. I have no idea who Lady Edane is. Lady Adane. Too many characters in this game. I cannot keep track of them all. Is that somebody I've met before? I guess I should ask. Auf Wiedersehen, Herr Schmidt. I don't know how good my German is. There's different translations. Aldane is Ideen. Okay, I know Ideen. Oh, okay, she's okay, hold on a second. Ideen. Where did Lester go? So that means he basically didn't inherit anything because his father was Azel. If I'm not mistaken, I used Azel for that. So he got nothing from Azel because my tomes would have just not been usable by him. And then his mother was a staff user, so he got nothing from his mother either. I guess that's cool. Okay, for the love of God, please just end this already. I'm gonna heal a bunch of characters. I'm gonna let Lana get up the healing because it's very obvious that Julia's gonna get a bunch of experience just from using Nosferatu. You don't remember how male parent deaths affects children, but if the mother dies, then the sub comes anyway. She's the sister cleric. Ideen, yeah, I know who Ideen is. I didn't know who Adane was. He got the most important thing from Azel, which is Pursuit. Yeah, I think that's the reason why I did that. Hey there, you're Lord Seliph, right? Indeed I am. And you, miss? Call me Femina. I'm from Celeste. Celeste, you say? Are you a Pegasus Knight, then? Bro, she's literally riding a Pegasus. Yeah, actually, I'm just a rookie, though. Is that so? What brings you to Isaac? See, what happened was, I was looking for my brother who ran away ages ago. But then I heard about you, sir, and how you're taking on the Empire all by yourself, and I just knew I had to be here too. Can I join your army, sir, please? Certainly, thank you. What of your brother, though? It's silly, sir, but I kind of have this weird feeling that we're going to run into him somewhere down the line. Yeah, you will. That's how game mechanics work. We have a few more conversations, I believe, to get through. We have to fight the boss of this chapter, and I am not going to be doing a bunch of inventory management and stuff. This chapter has exhausted me beyond the point that I thought was possible. So we're going to have to come back to this in a future stream. But it does mean the start of the next stream is going to be all about building and planning and training characters, so I guess that's fun. According to the Fire Emblem wiki, only the mother's death prevents the children from showing up. Lester was going to be Lex's child in early development, but due to limitations, they had to tie all the kids to the mothers. Ah, so that's why he literally looks like Lex. That's funny. It does make sense because you can become a father posthumous. I know how to say that word. For some reason, it won't come out. Posthumously. How do you? I swear I know how to say that word. My brain is just cooked right now, guys. It just sounds. You never have that. Do you ever have this happen? Have you ever had this happen before, where like a word just sounds weird and you think that you're not pronouncing it right, and then when you try to think of the correct pronunciation, you just can't think of it. That's like what's happening to me right now. My brain is just destroyed. Just get over here. We're just gonna... Will the next stream be anytime soon? I mean, I'm gonna stream again soon. I don't know if I'm gonna stream Fire Emblem 4 again soon. I've been streaming it about once a month. So it's probably gonna be in about a month. If I'm being honest. I thought I had a talk conversation with Arthur. Yeah, Arthur Seliph. Is that not Seliph? Oh, that's Ulster. I'm a complete idiot. Seliph, get over here. The character icons look too similar. Okay. Lord Seliph, right? Nice to meet you. Who are you? The name's Arthur. I came here from Celeste. Wait, so you are that Arthur fellow. I've heard about how you've been aiding us so far. Thank you so much. It was no big deal. You are capable of wielding magic, yes? That's truly impressive. I'm almost envious. My mother was a talented war mage, but I've still got a lot to learn myself. We all do we not? So long as we can all fight together, though, perhaps we can truly change our world. After all, that's what brought us here today. Yeah, you're right. My power is at your disposal, sir. I'll give my all to aid the cause. I'm glad we could finally meet, Lord Seliph. Yeah, finally is right. Finally is the operative word in that sentence, because it only took 2.5 hours. Alright, let's take the units that we're not using and just move them out of the way. Julia I am using, but I'm not going to train her anymore this chapter, so I'll just move her out of the way. Dermot is not going to be used. He's kind of like a filler unit. Lester I am using, so I'll keep him over here. Now I'll just move my other characters that I actually plan to use. It's pretty insane how dangerous Schmidt is if you don't have a turbo-farmed Brave Sword on Larcey or Seliph. He's so unreasonably dangerous for this point in the game. Yeah, I 100% agree. I have no idea what the logic was behind that. That was like a Lunatic Plus enemy showing up on normal difficulty. Straight up, that's like exactly what it was. They just spawned an enemy in with a brave weapon. And impossibly high defense. I almost feel ready to take a break, but I'm just going to stick it out. I'm just going to finish the rest of this chapter, rather than take a break and then end the chapter not too long after that. Okay, heal this guy. Okay. The only problem is my Armor Slayer has like no charges left now. Yeah, 4 charges. Silver Axe, Thief Sword. That's funny. Okay, he doesn't have any 2 range, so I can just do this. Pitiful rebel fools, don't you dare underestimate the glory of the Grand Vale Empire. I'm pretty sure I can just do this forever. Right? Am I not correct about that? In fact, this is actually this is a really good chance to train this character. I can train Arthur right now if I want to, although he's just a Wrath user, so I don't know if I really want to feed him all the experience. What I'd like to do is let Seliph get the kill, but I don't particularly see him being able to fight this guy. Let's see what happens. Yeah, he just has to sit there and take attacks. I mean, there's no reason not to keep attacking him unless this game has experience decay. Because I can just farm free experience by doing this. Even while my other characters are fighting him, it's literally just free experience onto this character, who otherwise wouldn't be getting any. Can Lester attack him? No, we cannot do any damage. Okay, Seliph, I have a feeling Seliph cannot fight him. Technically I can fight him, but he will one-shot me. He actually exactly one-shots me. Okay. What about Larcey? Probably one-shots her. Yeah. What about Oife? This might be another Julia moment. What's the point of castle with walls if you're going to stand above them? Arthur is nice if you promote him because he eventually gets a horse. Ooh, that's good to know. But the problem is I didn't get any good skills onto him. He just ended up getting... his parents just ended up getting paired together without me trying to do so. This game has no experience decay, so if in theory I could just... in theory I could just get an infinite experience onto Arthur right now, is what you're saying? Wow. Wow. I mean, I have no words. I literally have no words. I don't think I have any other way. I don't even want to do this, but I think I have no... This is like a Shadow Dragon situation. Like, I don't have any other way to get through this boss. Other than just doing this for a billion turns. Which is so much fun. I can't even deal enough damage to him to chip him down. I keep turning off the speed up at the wrong time too. This is a lot of fun, guys. If I knew this was going to happen, I would have planned for it. Well, I didn't even know that I was planning for a good or bad Arthur at the time, so I don't think I could have really changed my plans. Am I doing any damage to him? Still the answer is no. I'm still doing no damage to him. Oh my god. There is a level-based experience, but you can just attack until you get to a few levels above him in theory. Once he can level 1 hit, you can let him get smacked and he'll do Wrath. I mean, I'm just going to keep doing this until I can actually chip the boss down safely. Or, like, because eventually I'm going to gain enough magic to the point where I'm dealing damage, right? Like, eventually I'm going to start dealing damage. I think I am now. No, I'm not. I'm still not dealing damage. Like, he's still healing off every single thing that I do to him. Once he can live 1 hit. Yeah, Shadow Dragon on higher difficulty is even worse because the bosses use 1 to 2 range weapons and they are unreasonably tanky. I mean, I guess that's true. I don't think the first boss has 1 to 2 range though, does he? It's been a while since I played it. But I thought the first boss you could just attack from 2 range. It was more just about breaking his weapon. Which you have to do with fort healing so that you don't use up all your heal stabs. Okay, he's still healing back to full every single time I attack him, so we still got a lot more turns of this to go. Keep in mind, I really want to stress the fact that I do not want to do this. I'm not doing this like for the sake of cheesing because I want to cheese. I'm doing this because I see no other path forward, which is a pretty bad indication. Okay, did he just... I think he might... Okay, he's finally taking 1 damage per turn. So in 60 turns, we'll finally defeat him. How fun is that? I could switch over to the Fire Tome too. I'm waiting to do that later because I want to use the higher damage tome once my stats get higher. Also, the more I level up magic, the faster this is going to go. And if I get his health low enough, I can potentially give the kill to someone else if I really want to. But I'm going to have to make sure it's... Well, the problem is you can't even do it. You can't even have that... you can't even set up a situation where somebody with 100% accuracy gets a kill because of the way that Great Shield works in this game. Because then he could just block the damage from my character and then one-shot them in return. Okay, for some reason he's triggering Great Shield enough times that he just healed himself all the way back up to full. This is crazy, guys. This stream has really highlighted... I mean, this game has its strengths and it has its weaknesses. I feel like this stream has really shined a light on every single weakness of Fire Emblem 4. Like, every single bad quality of Fire Emblem 4 was on full display in today's stream. I just can't even wrap my head around some of this stuff. Cool, he's gonna heal back up to full again. All that progress lost. He procs Great Shield 1 time, and we lose all of our progress. So I was completely wrong about it only taking 60 turns. It's probably going to take another 150 turns. Well, at least Arthur's going to be an absolute beast going into the next chapter. If I didn't have access to speed up, I would probably end the stream and just stop playing this game. Today. Like, I would have completely dropped this game. Okay, combined with the Fire Tome and our higher magic stat, we can start chipping him down a little bit now. In theory, I could let Julia get in on the fighting as well. What is he sitting on now? 29? He's back up to 40. He's at 27. So we're dealing 2 damage per turn now. We'll deal a little bit more once we level up magic, but if he procs Great Shield even 1 time, then we're going to be doing this for even longer. And we're starting to run out of tomes now, too. Great, he procs Great Shield. Awesome. Every time he procs Great Shield, it adds like another 5 turns to the counter, I think. And he procced it again. He's all the way back up to 52 HP. He's all the way back up to full health. Okay, so there's some pros and cons here. We got Arthur all the way up to level 17. That's a pro. That's one good thing about the current situation. If you let Arthur get hit to less than half, all of his hits will be critical. Yeah, but the problem is the boss probably one-shots him, but actually maybe not now because his health is high enough. He looks like an enemy that should be killable by doubling, but he's stronger than he looks. I mean, he's just... This is beyond stupid. I'm sorry. It's beyond stupid. You couldn't even describe this as stupid because it's even stupider than that. Let's try to set up Wrath. The problem is I need to be able to survive a hit. So 43 minus 4 is 39. Okay, we should be able to just barely survive. So let me wait here and see what he does. Will he attack me? He will. I think I dodged him. I dodged him, so I have to keep doing this for a while longer. Okay, I think I'm below half now. No, I dodged again. Okay. You absolute idiot. Just hit Arthur one time. Thank you. Good God. Could they have made this any more unbearable if they tried? Is there anything they could have done to make this more unbearable? Any suggestions? Anyone in the chat got suggestions? I'm all ears. I'd love to hear it. Okay, so we should land critical hits now, which will speed this up slightly. Significantly, in fact. The crits deal way more damage, so that's good. We got one good thing going for us now. We can crit this guy for an insane amount of damage. Okay. We're finally out of there. We finally ended that nightmare. Duke Nuka says this boss is BS, so is Schmitty. This game and Thracia are not kind to people playing blind. I mean, what would you do if you weren't playing blind? Like, other than what I just did, what's the plan? Like, what's the optimal strategy for killing Schmitty and for killing this guy? Like what was the thought process? Like, what were they expecting players to do? Because I'm just not getting it. I guess Oife, if I had more charges on my Armor Slayer, I could have fought this guy a couple times, given Oife the kill. Look on the bright side, you could be doing this with substitute units. By the way, I like how his name is actually Schmidt, and I started calling him Schmitty, and now everyone else is calling him Schmitty. If I wasn't playing blind, I would have made Seliph have Paragon, all of the stat rings, and a 50 plus kill Brave Sword. Okay. So the problem is that he one-shot Seliph, and I'm holding, I think, all of the stat rings, unless there's a defense ring. I mean, well, with Paragon, maybe I could have leveled up. If I had the Paragon band, I could have leveled up some more so that he wouldn't one-shot me by the time I got here. So what you're saying is basically feed everything to Seliph before you get to this point. Maybe that could work. A job well done, Seliph. Thanks to you, Isak is free from the Empire's grip. Lewin, are you already finished in Leonster? Yeah, I only just got back now. Look, Seliph, are you aware that right now, this world's at a critical turning point? No, I'm afraid not. It's been 15 years since Arvis conquered all of Jugdrall, and united it as the Grand Vale Empire. Honestly, for a while, at first, it wasn't all that bad. In the Empire's dawn, Emperor Arvis sought to bind his nation using only the strictures of law. Sure, it was strict and constraining, but we still got a few good years of peace out of it. But obviously he changed his mind. A few years back, as if by magic, the Empire turned into that oppressive force we all know and love today. Even worse, the ancient heretics of the Lopterian Order have arisen from the shadows once more and raised influences across the land. Their murderous rituals have returned with them, and all across Jugdral they abduct children to sacrifice in droves to resurrect their fell god. All attempts to resist the Empire are crushed and met with brutal executions and enslavement. It couldn't be plainer that they seek to return Jugdral to the days of brutal control by that ancient abomination, the Loptir Empire. This cannot be happening. I've heard all the rumors saying the same, but never did I think they could be more than rumors. By the look of it, Isak hasn't had quite as bad as most. Danan's 2 sons at least refuse to follow through on the child hunts. Of course, there's always been people trying to rebel against the Empire left, right, and center, but they were all scattered and disorganized. Before you, none have ever posed a proper threat to the Empire. They were all swiftly crushed before they could so much as blink. Jugdral desperately needs a savior. It needs a man to unite behind in the name of liberty, and I'm pretty sure that man is you, Seliph. You're the only one who stands a chance. Hold on a moment, are you sure of this? A savior would require power I sorely lack. Chalk it up to duty, Seliph. You're the eldest child of Empress Deirdre. That makes you the elder brother to the Crown Prince Julius. You're the one true heir to Saint Im. Your destiny is to unite the power of the Crusaders of this era and free the world from this evil grip. But, trust me, you really do have what it takes. Your true power and potential sleeps within you. That is the sacred blood of the Crusader Baldur. Once you get your holy blade, Tyrfing, not even the heavens will be able to stand in your way. But Sorry, Seliph, but that's how the gods willed it. You are Sigurd's son, the son of a man who fate led to a brutal end. The fulfillment of his dying wishes and his final quest falls to you. You can't afford to go doubting yourself now. Do you understand, Seliph? Yes, I do. If this is fate and the will of the gods, then so be it. I will do my duty. There actually isn't a single absolute fate. Now there is just one person it all hinges upon. As obtuse as that sounds, trust me, one day it'll make sense. Sigurd left behind so much to help you on your quest. Most importantly, the many friendships he forged in his life, me for instance, brave youths from all over are already lining up to join your cause, all guarded by Sigurd's kindness. My father won the love and trust of so many people from all walks of life. I can only pray that in time I'll prove my worthiness to his legacy. You'll be fine. Anyway, to business. Our immediate goal now is to reach Leonster. The son of Quan, your father's closest friend, raised his own rebellion, only to suffer severe losses. He's in pretty urgent need of backup. I know you've had no time to rest, but we need to get going as soon as possible. Oh, Quan. Oh, Quan, I'm crying. I miss Quan. The only way to do this is to feed everything to Seliph and Larse. Better skill and item inheritance is better. Concentrating resources on the best candidates is essentially what you need to do. A lot of people try to get Seliph promoted by the end of this map. Oh my god, we're so far away from that. He's level 5. You agree it sucks. The bosses in this chapter are too strong. You don't necessarily need to give him the hero sword or the brave sword, but it is an option. Some give him the light sword for 1 to 2 range. One way to cheese early game bosses is to let Lewin be the father of Arthur, so that you get Forseti Arthur, but you don't really like that. Duke Nuka says we all miss Quan. For now at least, we can leave Isak in the care of its citizens. Odds are we'll run into Prince Shannon on our way. Understood. Save your progress? Yes. Chapter 6, Heirs to Light, has been completed. I am not playing another chapter today. Not only do I have plans tonight, but this game has beaten me into a pile of dust. I am no longer capable of playing video games. I need to be taken to the nearest temple, and someone needs to cast a resurrection spell on me. Give me 1 second though, there is something I'd like to do. Don't rush out immediately. I have plans, I have ideas, I have thoughts, I have concepts. I promise it will all be worth your time. Or it won't. Who knows? But I have just enough mental faculties left that I could maybe consider doing something like this. Okay. There is currently nobody streaming Fire Emblem. Or if there is, they are not allowing redirects. So I will not redirect you to another Fire Emblem stream. What I might consider... I don't think this works. No, it doesn't. Okay. Well, we're not going to be able to do a redirect today because nobody is streaming today. So, unfortunately, I lied. You guys all stayed here, and it was actually not worth the reward. I deeply apologize with every fiber of my being. Cleanse your palate with some Iron Man Excel sheets. Yeah, I need to go do some spreadsheet planning. Good idea. I was actually considering playing some Awakening this morning after Millie left and before I streamed, but I decided not to do it, and I'm really glad I decided not to do it, because if I had played any more Fire Emblem before I started doing this, I would have burned out before we got to the end of the chapter. I barely managed to get to the end of this chapter just by pushing myself to my absolute limits. Either way, I'm definitely going to come back to this. I'm still enjoying the game, but the difficult, like the tedious parts of the game really wear down on me. It makes it hard for me to play it. So, you know, I have to play the game like once a month. But, you know, we'll continue making progress. If you're into Awakening, I have some good news for you. I play Fire Emblem Awakening a lot more, so you're going to see more Awakening streams. I've also been playing Baba Is You. I've been playing that recently. Check that out. I just streamed it the other day. You can check out the archive if you want to watch it. It's a really awesome puzzle game. But for now, thank you everyone for coming. It was really great to have you here. And for now, enjoy the rest of your day.